Solo.
Hello and welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We got an exciting one today with the second Tyrant from Splice and Dice, featuring Tantrum and Patches, who are teaming up together, the Gearloc Child and the Gearloc Doctor. I mean, it is a match made in heaven, and we are going up against Blobulous. So, no one in the chat yet, it doesn't seem. When you get here, please let me know if the audio is A-OK. Should be the same settings as last week. Still, making sure this headset is optimizing the sound. We have good day, everyone, from a name that I will not try to pronounce, but thank you so much for stopping in. I do appreciate it. And hopefully we'll get more kind of trickling in. Look, the Splice and Dice Tyrants are very, very cool. They're very, very unique. From what I've seen so far, I've explored a few of them. So like Lock Gear, Ammonite, Blobulous now. Blobulous, it's like a little bit hit and miss for me. What I love about Blobulous is he makes you focus on skill builds. You do not want to upgrade your stats, as you'll see as we go. What I don't love about Blobulous is there's a lot of little rules overhead. Kid you not, I must have played 5-6 games against Blobulous, and 4 or 5 of them I realized I just made a big rules mistake because I forgot to apply this other thing that was in play in this one encounter. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff which I find a little bit much. Like maybe they tried to do a little bit too much in the design, but I think the more you play Blobulous, the more you understand like what's happening, the cooler that experience will be. So there's a ton of replayability here. It does start forcing you to think about not only how are you going to defeat the baddies, but the order you wanted to defeat baddies, because certain baddies end up on Blobulus's card that can make the Tyrant encounter nigh impossible. So there's a whole bunch of cool stuff going on. Blobulous, let me get to some story time with Greg here. John Olderson says, "Hey Greg, probably can't hang too long, but the audio sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback." So let's get to story time with Greg. Blobulous, what could Nobulous want with a clone? The possibilities are endless. A perfect experimental specimen, perhaps, or even a potential host for a transfer of consciousness. But he got instead wasn't quite so sophisticated. But when life gives you lemons, you turn those lemons to deadly weapons, or at least that's what Nobulous did with Blobulous. So Blobulous is an 8-day adventure. The 8-day adventures are a little bit hit or miss for me as well. I mean, they really do add to the hit or miss nature of the game at times, where like you're only going to have 5 non-tyrant encounters in the deck. And again, you get 2 or 3 that just aren't battles, and it could just fall a little bit flat, right? 8 days is not a lot of time. You really have no margin for error. If you lose a battle, good luck. I mean, you really need to get your skills really, really well developed, especially because Blobulous is a very, very hard Tyrant encounter for sure. So we only need to get to 6 progress points in order to take Blobulous on. We will not be taking Blobulous on before day 8. I can assure you of that. Too Many Clones is the name of his Tyrant encounter. We will see that there, and I'll put his chip and his Tyrant die here. You'll also notice these 7 other Tyrant chips. They are clones of Blobulous. We will likely see 1 or more of them during our adventure, assuming we get a few Tyrant encounters, which we will likely get 1 or 2 just by odds, since there are going to be 4 Tyrant encounters in the deck, along with the 5 9-Tyrant encounters, and we will only have 4 days, though, in which we're kind of playing with neither the special day 1, 2, or 3, nor the actual Tyrant encounter itself. So we'll see how, this adventure goes here today. So I'm going to shuffle up our loot. and go with that. So yeah, hopefully people are enjoying the extra live content and kind of the new format where I'm getting more videos out per week. As you can kind of see the pattern right now, I am pretty much alternating between Spirit Island and Mage Night every week, and then every, probably like once a month we'll get a Cloud Spire, or like once a month we'll get a Too Many Bones. I am trying to keep my Too Many Bones content a little bit more spaced out until I get the Hoplomachus Victorum Kickstarter, which looks like I will not get that until about October now, which was the latest update. And at that point, I will have a bunch more gearlocs, and then obviously Unbreakable should arrive sometime next year. So tons of Too Many Bones that will stay on the channel for a long time to come. Things I did acquire recently. I did pick up Talon, which is the kind of the successor, or I don't know, a brother game to Space Empires 4X. It kind of focuses more on the actual tactical nature of combat itself, as opposed to the strategic nature of building out an empire and doing combat. So as I go through the Alien Empire scenarios and stuff like that, I look forward to maybe exploring Talon a little bit, but that is kind of hard to find. I was able to find it for a decent price with the solo expansion, so excited about that. And then later this week, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a Maids Night. But on Friday, look out for a playthrough of Saltlands, which will be a new to the channel game. It was actually sent to me by a patron, Philip, which I really appreciate that from Philip. I thought it was very thoughtful. So his patron challenge, he wanted me to feature a game I did not already own, and that will be cool to get on the channel. So tune in for that on Friday. So these are the 5 non-Tyrant encounters. I have 4 Tyrant encounters, and I'm going to put the special day 1, day 2, and day 3. Again, I will not have Age of Tyranny and any variety to my day 1, day 2, and my day 3 until I get the expansions that I'm going to get with my Hoplomachus Victorum Kickstarter, again, coming in October. Our baddie stacks are pretty huge. Again, this is only the base game baddies. I do not mix in the Undertow baddies with my base game baddies as a matter of personal preference. I like having those two experiences feeling a little bit different, but I do always throw in the Splice and Dice baddies, which is, they just add a nice variety of both skills and challenge. You'll notice a 40-point baddie up there. I will not speak about that. You may or may not be seeing things. We have the 5-point baddie stack here. Obviously, the stacks are fairly huge. The 20-point baddie just flipped over, but honestly, we're not getting to the 20-point baddies anyway. I'm not going to bother reshuffling that. It is what it is. Yeah, we will be in an 8-day. It's very, very rare to get to a 20-point baddie in a solo game anyway, but especially in an 8-day adventure, the 20-point baddie stack is really just there for decoration and show. So the 5-point baddies will be here. Scouting is a huge part of having success in this game, especially with patches. If he's only missing like 1 or 2 health, I would probably consider scouting, because we want to make sure that we are getting baddies with keywords that would not be awful for us in the final Tyrant encounter. So here is the 1-point baddie stack. It's massive. So I'll just kind of do a little bit of a wash with these chips and then restack them, reminding me of my days as a poker dealer. Oh, not that long ago. Although it feels like 7 lifetimes ago, to be quite upfront. So this will go there, these will go there. So I think everything is ready, right? Right. Looking good. I will not read the flavor text on the day 1, day 2, or day 3 encounters. If you have played this game at all, you will know what they say. We will just go ahead. At this point, especially playing on Legendary, I'm always going to favor training points. I don't really care about loot that much. That's just not going to be that important to me, especially we only have 8 days, as I've said about 3 times already. So I'm just going to do whatever I can get the most training points. We have Leaving Open Door. What am I doing? I'm going to do option 1. I'm going to get 2 training points for both of my gearlocs. So as I build my gearlocs, knowing what I should say, the first time I played against Blobulous, I got to the timer and I was like, oh, I was feeling super strong. And then I realized what Blobulous did, and I was like, oh, I am not ready for this. Doing a blind run through of Blobulous can be a very demoralizing experience. He is very much one of the tyrants that rewards frequent plays to understand how he operates, so you can plan better and build yourself in a way that's going to be able to take him down in the end. But again, it's very cool because you are very much forced to go into more of a skill build. That said, I'm going to try to balance out my gearlocs. 4 health is not enough for Tantrum. 2 dex is not enough for Patches. I would like the Patches to get another attack. So I'm going to take my first 2 training points from the day 1, and I'm going to actually just do some stat builds. I'm going to give Tantrum another health, and I'm going to give Tantrum 1 defense. He might not roll that defense die, but I want to give him the option anyway. Also, remember, Tantrum starts with his axe collector, his body count, those both function as counters, and he also starts with his first rage die, which we'll put there. Patches, I'm going to give him, I'm going to try to train attack. I did not roll a bone, so he gets +1 attack, and we're going to give him +1 dex. I will be building out both of these gearlocs at a 5 health, 2 attack, or 3 attack, 1 defense, and then I'll probably get their dex up to 5, maybe 6. I will consider getting their health up to 6, but there's a drawback to that too, again, based on how Blobulus works. But getting 5, 5, 3, 1 for both of them is a really nice build I've found in my playthroughs of this adventure, and then we'll see what we can do about dex. Again, 5 minimum, probably get up to 6. All right, or maybe get up to 6. We'll see. The one I had the loot that gave him both +1 dex. That was one of the trove loots. That was a freaking awesome loot for this scenario, for this adventure. All right, I keep saying scenario. It's not a scenario, Greg. It is an adventure. All right, so that was day 1. We got 1 training point, so we are 1/6 of the way there. We're gonna go to day 2, and we're going to get to the special encounter, hardly out the gate. I'm gonna choose a second option here as well. It's time to show Obendar what gearlocs are made of. Our baddie cube is going to be 2 times 2. That is 4. And let's build our first battle mat for the day. So I'm just gonna alternate these dudes. Oops. He should be in lane 3. This will be in lane 4. I did forget the scout at the end of day 1. I don't really care about scouting 1-point baddies. I'm more concerned about scouting 5-point baddies. And I rolled a 2 and a 2. So much for any effective scouting there. So in lane 1, we have the Neandertroll. Neandertroll has 1 attack die, 1 defense die, and he has the keyword confuse. He will have 3 health, and again, he will be chilling there in lane 1. Confuse if he attacks us. Remember, our defense stat will become our attack stat, and our attack stat will become our defense stat until the end of our next turn. In lane 2, we have the Troll Romper. The Troll Romper has 6 gain 1, has 1 attack die, and he has a backup plan of Careless. So if he rolls a bones, he will do 1 true damage to himself. Not very smart, that Troll Romper. We have a Clay Golem. Clay Golem has 5 health, is going to be in lane 3, and he has break, but only has 1 attack stat. Again, break, if you use an attack die to reduce his health, that attack die is broken. And then in lane 4, we have the Wolf Pup. The Wolf Pup has 1 attack die, 3 health, and lashback 1. So if attacked and not defeated, the Wolf Pup would do 1 damage back. That is not true damage, so if you have a shield, you will be able to block it. The Yander Troll is going to have an any die of a 2 in lane 1. We have an any die of a 2 for the Clay Golem in lane 3. We have an any die of a 2, so tons of low innies here in lane 2. And then we have an any die of a 3 in lane 4. So understanding the any dies of both Tantrum and Patches, we will be going first, I think guaranteed. The any die breakdown for Tantrum is 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5. The any die for Patches is 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. So I will roll both their any dies just for show at this point. I got a 3 and a 4. Tantrum's going to be first, and Patches is next. Rocket Magnet, automation of shell sometimes restricts where you can spend training points. I wonder if Briggle will do the same. I wouldn't mind it, man. So that's from Rocket Magnet. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I do think some kind of rule or mode where it's like for every 1 point you spend on stats, you have to spend 1 on skills would actually improve the game. There's a lot of weird design space. It's curious to me, like some of the, again, if you have a game that includes things as inane as dangerous darts, and I don't understand how that was a good idea and why that didn't, how that got through playtesting, right? But then you have this other part of the game that's just rich and tactical and fulfilling and fun, and so I don't know, man. Team of modes will always be a mixed bag for me, but definitely a mixed bag to the benefit. Like I obviously love this game. I think it was 6 in my last top 24, and it's going to stay in my top 10 for a very long time to come for sure. So I just hope that Unbreakable kind of is like the ultimate creation. I have high expectations for Unbreakable, just from hopefully them hearing from player feedback over the years. So Tantrum will have 1 more health because I did his train his health stat. I'm gonna put him here by the Neanderthal. Let's try to not deal with that confused crap for a while, and I'll just put Patches here next to the Troll Romper. So Tantrum's gonna go. We have a dex of 3. I just want to kill this dude because I do not want to be confused. Confusion is not helpful in this scenario. I'm gonna put my rage die here in my active slot. I'm attacking with 3 dice, and I rolled 4 damage. So Tantrum's coming out the gate hot. We have killed the Neanderthal. Now that's gonna kick on my body count 1, and that's going to open up lane 1. It's like lane 2, just different. Lane 1 for the rest of this battle. Cool. We now go to Patches. Patches is going to roll 2 attack die and a defense die. Beginning of his turn, remember he would heal 1. That is his innate power. He's already at max health though, so that doesn't happen. He rolls 2 attack and 1 defense. We are facing the troll romper, who has thick skin, so he absorbs 1 of those hits, but he does take 1 damage, and that is the end of Patch's turn. We go to the wolf pup. Dire wolf pup's going to move 1. Dire wolf pup attacks Patches with 1 attack die, rolls a 1. The shield comes out. We go to the troll romper. Troll romper is rolling 1 attack die. It's 1 damage to Patches. And then we have the clay golem. Clay golem's going to move in. It's attacking Tantrum with 1 die. Now Tantrum, when he attacked, he should have ticked up to 1.2 on his rage die. He loses 1 health, so he picks up to 1.4 on his rage die. I will likely try to use my rage die to give me my axe collector if I roll any defense die. It's also one of the reasons I've started to take a defense die with Tantrum, just to be more likely to roll bones. If I can get my axe collector up to 3 early, that really opens up my game as Tantrum, at least the way I like to play him. So I do prefer to try to get 3 bones and use the bones ability of my rage die instead of using the assassinate ability of the rage die early in a campaign. All right, so we go to day 2. Tantrum is not excited about breaking any dice, but you know, he might do it anyway. So he's going to roll 1 defense die and 2 attack dice against the clay golem. And if I roll any 2s, I might just go ahead and break a die here. Bam, I did roll a 2. So I'm going to break 1 die. I have 1 defense. I did not roll any bones. I'm not going to break this die, but the clay golem is down to 2 health. And I think that does tick this up to 3 bones. It's a little risky, but I have ways to help to heal myself. I'm not that worried about these 3 specific and baddies left on the mat. So I am going to take this out and put it in my backup plan. That was something I didn't know you could do with the raised die. So now I have 3 bones there. So if I get a 4th bones, I get the 3 axes, and we're good to go. Patches is going to go ahead and attack. Again, the same troll romper. He's going to roll. Well, first of all, he's going to heal 1 at the beginning of his turn, get back to 5 health. He's attacking the troll romper. Bones, bones, bones. That's interesting. I think he's going to use. Oh, Fortunate Discovery could be good. All right, he's not going to use the fortune. He's not going to try to get to the needle jab. I think he's just going to chill right there and take the punishment that's about to come to him. We have the dire wolf pup. Dire wolf pup does 1 damage, 2 patches. The troll romper is gonna roll a bones. Nope, 1 more damage to patches. And then the clay golem's attacking Tantrum, and the shield comes out. Let me get some of these more accessible down here. Cool, done. We go to round 3. This could be heading toward fatigue fairly quickly for sure. So what do we want to do? I'm going to roll 3 attack or 2 attack and a defense against the clay golem. We still have plenty of health. Sure, I'm gonna exhaust another die. Clay Golem is down to 1 health. We have a shield, so I only have 1 attack die left with Tantrum, which is fine. Again, these particular baddies are not that scary. We're gonna go to Patch's turn. Patch is gonna roll 2 attack dice and a defense die. He gets his 4th bones. Does 2 damage, which becomes 1 damage. Oh, he also would have healed 1. Just in case I need to heal, I won't get the Fortune of Discovery just yet. I'm going to see how this plays out. But now we have this guy down to 1. We have the direwolf pup's going to attack Patches. He does 1 damage. Patches is down to 3 health. The troll romper does 1 damage, and Patches is down to 2 health. And now the clay golem rolls 1 damage. The shield comes out for Tantrum. We go to round 4. So if this dude dies, yeah, we should be okay. So rolling 1 attack die, 1 defense die. I mean, if Tantrum just becomes utterly useless for the rest of this, that's absolutely fine. And rolls 2 shield. All right, I'm not going to actually break this die. I might want it against the direwolf pup. So we just have 2 shield now, which is great. I'm still not rolling bones. So I need a 4th bones to have made this worth it, because I still want my X Collector. We now go to Patch's turn. Patches is going to heal 1. Patches is going to attack the troll romper and roll 1 defense die with his 3 dex. So 1 shield. We've killed the troll romper. Despite his thick skin, was not thick enough, apparently. He's out. The direwolf pup is attacking Patches, 2 damage, so shield comes out, 1 damage, down to 2 health. And the clay golem's attacking Tantrum, 1 damage, shield goes down to 1. We go to round 5. Tantrum is rolling 1 attack die. I really want a bone, so I'm going to take this out and go for reroll my defense die. There we go. I got my bones on the attack die. I got 2 shield. This will go here. I'm going to take this out, get my Axe Collector just like I wanted. And then Patches goes, he heals 1. We'll start attacking the direwolf pup for sure. So rolling 2 attack dice, 1 defense dice. So 2 attack. Direwolf pup is going to get down to 1 health. Lashes back. We'll take the defense die out that I just put in. And then Patches is going to exhaust those 4 bones and get a consumable. So we're going to get Poison Dart. Again, Fortune of Discovery. We get 1 of his consumable dice. It's honorable. Acquire a consumable dice of Patches' choice. Don't mind if I do. Now the direwolf pup's attacking Patches. 1 damage. Patches is down to 2 health. And the clay golem's attacking Tantrum. 1 damage. This ticks down to 1. The next round, we go to fatigue rounds. This dude dies because of fatigue. He dies because of fatigue. And that is all she wrote. Patches goes down to 1, and Tantrum goes down to 3. So definitely played that the slow way, but just wanted to maximize the use of bones and kind of like how that ended up. I ended up that with both the Axe Collector being up to 3 and with the Poison Dart for Patches. With Patches' consumables, I will try my best to hold on to his consumables into the Tyrant battle. So I also want to try to get him Liquid Life and then also E-Cell. So if I can do that 3 times, that'd be great. In the growth options at the end, or rest options, rest and recovery options, they're both going to get back to full health. So 5 and 5. So no scouting, unfortunately. We get 1 loot each. We have the skinning knife. Before drawing the next encounter, place a defeated baddie from your most recent battle onto this card. Any baddies of that type appearing in your next battle are surprised. Probably don't. Maybe beast type baddies. Yeah, I don't think any of those are worth it. Remember, Blobulus uses all the baddies. He's got scales, he's got beasts, he's got goblins, orcs, trolls, and bog type baddies. Plus, he has like a special baddie type, which I don't even know the name of it, but there's only like 2 baddies that come into play: the 40-point baddie up there, and then 1 of the 20-point baddies. So the loot for Tantrum is going to be a tattered map at the start of a new day. Draw an additional encounter, choose one, and place the other at the bottom of the counter deck. So we'll have that. That could be useful. Tantrum will get his full attack stat back, and we'll get this rage die. This will come out. And we now have 2 training points to spend on each of our wonderful characters here. So I'm going to take the Toxins die with Patches, and then we're going to get Patches' dexterity up to 2. For Tantrum, we're going to take the... I mean, poison can be so huge in this kind of campaign, so I'm going to take the Like a Worm die and get Tantrum's dex up to 4. So the die, add a die, so the dex is up to 4 for both of them. So we have 5, 2, 4, 1 for Patches with 1 skill die, and we have a 5, 3, 4, 1 for Tantrum with 1 skill die as well. Plus we have a body count of 1 and an axe collector of 3. We're gonna go to day 3. We're gonna choose option 1. That's the only one that gives us an option for another training point. It also gives us 2 progress points. So at the end of day 3, we're gonna have 4 progress points, and we're going to have another training point. So we'll have 5 training points for each of us. Since I chose this option, we are going to have to roll a die. If I roll a 1 or a 2, we're guaranteed to have a Tyrant encounter in our very next day. I rolled a 1 for Patches, don't even need to roll for Tantrum. So I'm going to roll a die to figure out which of these Tyrant encounters we're going to face. There are 4 of them. I rolled a 4. So the next thing we face will be Clone Tome. Of course. All right. So I'm going to do scouting before I forget. I scout a 1-point baddie. It is Mischief 1. I hate that keyword so much. I am definitely cycling that puppy, especially knowing we have an Tyrant encounter coming up. And I rolled a 6. That lets me see a 5-point baddie. The first keyword here is stubborn. Honestly, it could be worse. I will keep stubborn in play, and we'll do that. There are so many other keywords that I would be much more reluctant to see. So we have the mini phage up at the top. Now we have to take 1 more training point for both of these guys. I think Patches will take the stim kit, and Tantrum is going to take cripple. It's definitely a die I've come to really, really, really like. All right, so we're going to go to day 4, and we're definitely looking at a Tyrant encounter. So day 4, here we are. Bam. Hi, Greg. Good luck with the playthrough. Thank you so much, Trevor. And greetings from Belarus. Sean Park says, break type baddie. What was a break type baddie? Sean, be more specific. I don't know what we're looking at, dude. Yeah, I did. Tantrum lost both of his dice when I used them to apply damage to Clay Golem. So I don't know what that's a reference to. So just let me know, dude. I will figure it out. All right. Day 4. So we have 2 options. Well, let me read the flavor text here. So Clone Tome, a history of cloning. The ink is still fresh, deep, and black. This isn't a book taken from the council library by an enterprising thief. It's still being written. Step away. Cough, I need that. Blobulous sounds like a gearloc, and yet, like a dream slowly turning into a nightmare, there's something notably unnerving about his timbre. With a pack of cloned beasts behind him, handing the book over might be a good idea. So our first option is hand over the book, draw 3 5-point baddies, select 2 of them to place on Blobulous' Tyrant card, return the other to the bottom of the active stack. Persistent during the Tyrant battle at the start of the round, each baddie with fewer hit points out of the top baddie on the sample stack heals for 1 hit point. That's brutal. So we are obviously doing the second option. Own the clones. Battle queue is baddie points, so that's going to be 8. Add number random clone companions equal to the party size to the bottom of the baddie queue. So it's going to be 8 plus 2 clone companions. So I will put these in a random order. There are 7 here, and I'll just randomize them for the rest of the game. So I'm rolling a d8. 6 is going to be on the bottom. I'm going to put this back to a 4. And let me roll a d6 here. Where did you go? All right, so 5. There's 5 left, 4 left. This will go here, and finally, ding, ding. that is that. So we're going to add these two to the bottom of the baddie queue. So we have a 5-point baddie, 3 1-point baddies, and then those 2 clones at the bottom. If we win this battle, treat this card as loot. Oh, my bad. After battle setup, choose a 5-point baddie or less non-companion baddie on the battle mat and add it to Blobulus' Tyrant card. Replace it with the next baddie in the battle queue. Oh, that's great. So it's actually, we're adding 5, but we're adding 2 companions, but I can actually take the 5-pointer right off the bat, so I don't need to deal with the miniphage. I might choose to take something else off, but we'll see what the 1-pointers are for sure. So that will really help. And then treat this card as loot, a history of cloning. When creating the sample stack in the Tyrant battle, select the order of the baddies in the stack, permanent. That's amazing. So it still goes against our loot limit, which is just 4. Again, if you have a heavy loot, then that counts as 3 of the 4, obviously, but this is going to be pretty nice. So I'm going to put the miniphage with the lane 1 marker, this 1-point baddie with the lane 2 marker. Oop, that's not lane 2, that's lane 2. Lane 3 marker, lane 4 marker. Miniphage has 4 health, is going to go in lane 1. We have the Troll Brute, Thick Skin, Careless 1, rolls an attack die and a defense die, has 3 health. Put them in lane 2, they are melee. We have, the Bog Frog with the poison 2, that's nasty. That's going to go in lane 3. And then finally we have the Cobalt Tracker. So I don't want to put a baddie with Hardy on Blobulus' thing. I don't want to put a baddie with Poison 2 on Blobulus' thing. I don't want to put Thick Skin I want to care about. But honestly, let's get rid of this stubborn dude so I just don't have to deal with him and then just make the rest of this a lot safer. This Cobalt Tracker has a ranged attack, so it will be over there. All right, so after battle setup, choose a 5-point baddie. So let me actually, battle's not totally set up yet. I need to put the dice in, and then I need to put the gearlocs on the board. So we have a 4 in lane 1. We have a 1 in lane 2. We have a 6 in lane 4. And we have a 3 in lane 3. We have a 3 and 3. I'm going to roll both of the gearloc dice. It's a 3 and a 4. 4 and 3. After battle setup, choose a 5-point baddie or less on the battle mat. Add to replace it with the next baddie in the battle queue. So that's, again, they do a lot in this adventure, and there's a lot of ambiguity, which is like the chip theory staple, which drives me bananas on some level. So when I replace it, as he comes into the battle mat, does he just take the initiative order of what the miniphage had? Or is he like entering the battle, and since he's a tyrant, then he would be at the top? So many questions. But the symbol you didn't know is break type. Oh, Sean, thanks. Yeah, so not break like the skill, it's like break like the area of Daelore. That makes sense. I appreciate that. The tree formerly known as Mike. Howdy, folks. Trevor Haddix says hello, tree. Someone give me your best guess. So I'm taking the miniphage out, putting it on Blobulus' card. I'm replacing it with the clone panion, a Blobination, self-repair 1, who has an initiative of a 6. And he's going to come in with 6 health. I think that it doesn't make sense that he would just take over the miniphages any day. If he's a tyrant, he'd be at the top, and this dude has a 6 anyway, so he'd be at the top there. So 2 of the 3 interpretations have him at the top. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Oh, I do have to decide where I was putting these clowns. I would have put, since I kind of knew what was coming there, I'm going to put Tantrum there to try to cut this guy down to size, and I will put our friend Patches here, and hopefully we just take out that tracker before compound really starts to kick into place too much. Don't have like a Cobalt, Poison 2. Yeah, Tantrum should be good to survive. Remember, I still have this body count here. Hopefully I get lucky with his attack and I'll roll a 4 and kill the Bog Frog before he has a chance to attack me. So going first is going to be the Abomination. He's going to move 1. He has self-repair, so he doesn't roll defense dice. He just has 1 defense, and then if it was ever lower than 1, he would just always self-repair back to 1 on his turn. He's rolling 2 attack dice against me as Tantrum. He does 3 damage. Oh, that's a really unfortunate way to start. Okay, well, fun. Good times are had by all. We now go to... Oh, shoot. Well, actually, this might work out. So that's going to trigger. Remember, my rage die starts here. I lost 3 health. So this goes to 1.6. As long as I don't roll a 2 with the Cobalt Tracker here, if I do, I might just reset this, honestly, because this would be like an absurdly bad playthrough. Where he's rolling 1 die. He rolls a 1. So Tantrum goes down to 1 health, but now he gets up to 1.8. So that's actually pretty magical. And now we go to Tantrum's turn. Again, so it's Hardy and Compound up there, so he would roll the number of dice equal to the round number, so he only rolled 1 die this time around. Tantrum is going to execute the Bog Frog because he was at 1.8. So that comes out. This will go to the next baddie on the baddie queue, and we got rid of that dude. All right, we now have Tantrum's turn. Since he killed that, he gets a body count up. I think he's going to... He has 4 dice. I'm going to use my Axe Collector to do 1 damage to the Cobalt Tracker. And we're going to eat my body count die down to 0, get 2 health. And I'm rolling Cripple, 2 attack dice, and 1 defense die against the Abomination. Come on, Cripple, come in. Nope, does not. I get 1 shield. I do 3 damage, so the shield comes off, 2 more damage. And there should have been 5 health there, not 6. His any die was 6, not his health. So that's fine. I have this Bones, which is useless, but maybe we hopefully can survive that next attack. We have Patches. Patches is going to go. He would heal 1. Obviously nothing to heal. He's going to have 3 more decks to play with. He's going to roll 2 attack dice and a defense die. Let's make sure we kill the tracker. Great. Total overkill on the amount of damage we did, but we killed the tracker. No more baddies in the baddie queue, so the tracker will just come over here, and I have the 1 shield. We now go to the Troll Brute. Troll Brute's attacking Patches. It has a defense die and an attack die. It boneses on the defense die, which is careless. It triggers the backup plan, but it does 1 damage to Patches. We'll just take the shield off. We now go to round 2. Beginning of the round, we have the Abomination coming in. The next companion coming in. It's a Tyrant, so it's going to come in at the top of the enemy meter. It has 4 health. It rolls 1 attack die. It has 6 skin, 2. And it's going to go into the melee place right there. So this might be the end of the road for Tantrum for sure, but I think Patches would still be okay, even if that is the case. So the first companion is attacking Patches with 1 attack die. It does 1 damage. Shield comes out. The second companion is doing self-repair 1, so it gets the shield back, and it's rolling 2 attack dice against Tantrum. It rolls a 1 and a bone, so just 1 damage to Tantrum. So Tantrum is very much still alive. We now go to Tantrum's turn. Tantrum is going to still try to cripple some of these dudes. So the nice thing about cripple, same with like Way of the Wild, Intimidate, you could just put them on an adjacent baddie. They don't have to be applied to your target. I do think I want to target the Abomination, and I have 4. I still have this Way of the Worm, which I haven't used. I want to save my axes. It's not worth wasting an axe on this dude. Again, the axes, when you actually let her, have to be used on a non-adjacent baddie. But I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3 attack. I'll roll 2 attack dice, a defense die, and this cripple, because if I can cripple that dude and he just stops attacking me, that would be pretty amazing. I still have this like a worm, which I'd like to get, but I really want to start doing damage to the abomination. If I had 5 decks, it would definitely be a lot better. So the cripple comes in. I'm going to put it on that dude, so he just has no more attack stat, which is great. I get 1 shield. I do 2 damage, so it's 1 shield off, 1 damage. Again, so this was my target, but I could put that on an adjacent baddie, which is amazing. And that is the end of Tantrum's turn. We now go to Patch's turn. Patches is going to heal 1. He's still at full health, though. He's rolling 2 attack dice, a defense die, and he'll roll a toxins die, and he's attacking the troll brute. So he does 2 damage. It becomes 1 because of thick skin. He's going to assign the poison to, and he has 1 shield. We now go to the troll brute's turn. Troll brute takes two true damage, so he just dies at the beginning of his turn. Does not get an attack in. And now we go to round 3. Beginning of round 3, this dude is crippled. His attack stat is 0 now, so he doesn't attack. The Blobination is going to attack with 2 dice. He does self-repair 1. He does 3 damage. That does kill Tantrum. 1 shield out, 2 health. Anything that was in my locked or active would come out, but that's fine. There was nothing there. So Tantrum is done. And now it's up to the good doc. So what's Patches going to want to do? I mean, this guy has no attack stat. Patches is at full health. He's looking pretty good. It's a matter of can we chip away at these dudes. So Patches is going to go 1, 2. He's just rolling 2 attack dice against the Abomination. He takes off the self-repair, does 1 damage. We go to round 4. This dude's not attacking, but he's still going to move 2, and then he can't attack. The Abomination is going to attack Patches with 2 dice, and he self-repairs 1. 2 damage, shield comes off, health comes off. Patches' turn, he's going to heal 1. He's going to attack again. He has dex of 4, so he's going to roll 2 attack dice, 1 defense die, and he's going to roll his stim kit. Stim kit goes to the active slot, gives him 5 buff HP. He gets 1 shield. He does 3 damage. That's enough to defeat the Blobulation. And this will go next to the defeated baddie stack, the clones. So this comes out. We go to round 5. Dude can't attack. Patches is going to heal 1. He's already at full health, because of course he is, and he's got all this buff HP. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. So he's going to roll 2 attack dice. The defense die is useless because nothing's attacking him anymore. So we'll take this out just to keep trying to roll bones here. No bones, 2 damage. We go to fatigue rounds. True damage there, true damage here. And then again, rolling these 3 dice. Well, Patches would heal 1 on his turn, and that's enough to kill that dude. Out, out. Now, one thing I'm not positive of, but thematically, it wouldn't make sense if it was otherwise. I'm pretty sure that once I put Cripple out, even when Tantrum's defeated, Cripple still stays in place because like he did cripple the baddie before he himself was defeated. But if that's wrong, someone can let me know. I don't think it would have made too much of a difference here. Patches is still full health. The buff HP goes away because this die goes away. We'll put the stim kit back, toxins back. We'll put this raids die back, and we'll put this crippled die back. Tantrum's obviously going to heal as his recovery option. We're going to be able to scout though with Patches because he's at full health. I rolled a 6. We'll scout a 5er. Stench 2. You could do worse. I don't mind it. We will just leave that dude there. All right, so that was day 4. What's our reward? Well, we get One. Well, we're going to keep this as loot, which would be great. We're going to get 1 progress point, which gets us up to 5. And then we each get a loot. So loot over here is infused essence. Roll 2 additional attack dice on your turn. Does not cost dex. Loot over here is mixed berries. Heal yourself for 3 in battle or 5 outside of battle. So obviously use the in battle thing. I think it's a better choice for sure. Do I want to use the skinning knife? We don't have that many days left. I don't mind putting the kobolds down. So I'm going to put the kobold tracker, the scales type baddies down for sure. So I'm going to put the kobold tracker on there. They're the ones that usually have the higher initiative anyway. And now I have 2 training points to use. So my first training point, I'm going to get like a kobold. This is a huge skill for Tantrum. Question is, do I want to get 5 dex? I think I might. Yeah, let's get him with the 5 dex before I start messing around with too much else for him. I'm going to get the stim belt for our friend Patches. I really like the distiller. I just think it can really help you out of a potentially bad situation. So I'll take the stim belt and then I'm going to roll 2. Well, before I do that, my first training point, I'm going to try to get my attack up to 3. I want to make sure that gets done. It's not probably optimal because now I have 4 dex and I have 3 attack dice, 1 defense die, and these other dice I want to roll. But I can deal with his dex. With my second turn, let me just get a 5th dex. I'll just get him with the 5 and I'll deal with the stim belt and stuff later. At this point, I feel like I'm pretty on top of things. But that can change quick because, too many bones. What's your strategy for using backup plans? I often find myself completely neglecting them, though I'm still pretty new to the game. I think depends on the character, it depends on the scenario or the adventure. I keep saying scenario today, I don't know why. They're hugely important with these 2 characters. Getting your fortunate discoveries, managing your rage, getting the axe collector, the recoupability, if I can get the E-cells, the overcharge. So really, really helpful. If you play with like Boomer, you'll use it a ton because that extra damage is like everything. Picket, the shield bash. I mean, I think the more you play, the more you just realize this. Again, any new game, I think one of the reasons that games are harder when you're learning them is that you forget all your benefits a lot of times. But the more you play, the more you know your benefits and what's capable, the more that you just integrate that into your strategy, and you're always just aware of like, hey, I need to do that to really succeed, especially if you're playing on legendary mode where you don't start with any training points. In my opinion, backup plans are really useful. Depends on gear and situation, though. I'll often go for +1 innate if there's any chance it rises, or I'll cheese a combat out trying for it. Yeah, the innate +1 here would be great. I obviously hadn't gotten close. They are pretty hard to unlock with characters that don't have a lot of defense dice. And since I am intentionally keeping my defense stat artificially low, it's going to be harder for me to get there. One of the reasons I like toxins and nutrients is it is a chance to get like 2 backup plans to maybe get a better 2 bones to maybe get to that innate +1. Tantrum's innate +1. I honestly don't even remember what it was. I haven't unlocked it in a long time. You ignore breakdown, which could be useful. A Horn of the Zerker is a big consumable for Tantrum, just as a way to keep. It's a reusable bone, so you can, as long as you don't end any battle with it in there and just kind of keep putting it back, you always have access to that, and that can be really important to help manage your rage. Also, get to the axe collector when you need to beef those suckers back up. All right, so that was, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points spent. Yep, so that's 4 + 3 here, and then 5 + 2 here, so that's correct. And we have this loot, which is great. I probably use the tattered map on day 5. Sure. So I'll use a tattered map on day 5. The start of a new day. This is a new day. It's a new day. We are going to now roll. I think there's 8 cards left here. We started with 9. That is correct. So let me get a D10 up here to track our progress points, and a D8 down here. Rolling that, it's an 8. And I'm going to roll it again. It's a 6. So there are 7 cards left in my hand. So they're both Tyrant encounters. So the question is, which one do we want to use? So we have Clone Zone or Clone Alone. They're adapting to us. It's crazy. So the baddie points are going to be 10. This gives us 2 training points and a loot. This gives us 2 training points, a loot, and a trove loot. It's getting late in the campaign. I'm not sure if a trove loot's going to be realistic. We only have really 3 more recovery options and lockpicking attempts before we get to the end. Hit points, hit points. This would be a 13. That would just be a 10. This is more fun. It does get me the trove loot, but it's probably a bad idea. The question is, this will give me more options to maybe consider. Not that worried about stench, but he's got poison too as well. So if things don't go well early, man, my body counts down to 0. That's fantastically terrible. Fantastically terrible. So I'm just trying to think what's better for a potential Tyrant battle. This would leave me completely at the mercy of the next 5-pointer on that stack. I think that's too risky. So I'm going to do Clone Zone. So this clone alone is just going to pretty much come out of the game. It's going to be at the bottom of the stack. So when I roll a die, I will not count that as a potential option. And this is the one I'm going to use because of the tattered map. So watching him move is mesmerizing. While his silhouette is unmistakably that of Nobulous, his pale translucent skin, if you can call it skin at times, takes on the traits of everything he touches. His feet become mossy and earthen as he limps across the grass, not grave, toward our clearing. His hands sprout fur for a moment as he strokes the back of a nearby direwolf, which quickly sprints into the nearby woods as it sees the horrifying face of the fouled clone. Finally, there sits Blobulous. We're going to do the second option. All right. Cloning is ethically dubious and should be outlawed. Baddie Q is baddie points. We are on day 5, so baddie points are 10. In a party, oh no, we don't actually add anything, so I'm still going to be at the mercy of this. So basically, it was absolutely the same either way, which means that this was dumb. That I should have not. It's not even added by 3. This would have make me like everyone has the traits of each other, so these would both have poison. I don't want to do that. We're gonna just put that away. So that's what I would have done had I was adding. Were I adding more? But a party of 2 doesn't add any baddie points, so we're just really at the mercy of whatever that 5-pointer is, and that's fine. So clone alone, Blobulous stands by himself, looking almost lost, his vacant eyes searching the surroundings. Without warning, enemies approach from all around. They look like familiar foes, but there's something off about them. Their flesh seems to ripple here and there, their limbs fidget and twitch. Suddenly, their ears begin to grow. Finally, realization dawns. There's a reason these baddies look so familiar. They're reflecting what they seek to destroy. They're adapting to us. Baddie points equals... Oh, this lets me add. This is what I want to do. Great. So baddie points is 10. Add number of baddie points equal to party size, which is 2. So I have 2 1-pointers as well. That makes me happy. All right, set the hit point of the first baddie to enter the mat equal to the highest gearloc hit point stat. Set the hit point of the second gearloc, the baddie into the mat, equal to the next highest. So these 2 baddies are both going to have 5 hit points no matter what it says on their chip. So that actually could be a 2R benefit. So we're going to have him come in with 5 hit points in lane 1. In the melee position, he attacks the strongest. Baddie. We have the Troll Enforcer comes in with 5 hit points. He also already had 5. So again, they mimicking us left him with exactly what they had. He has thick skin 1. So if I killed either of those and add them to Blobulus, I'm totally fine with that. The 1-point baddies are the Dragon Hatchling. He has Engulf. That could be interesting to add to the to Blobulous for sure. He goes there. And then we have Stench 1 and Raiding. There are no other orc type baddies, so this Polybog is he's a bog type baddie and a orc type baddie. So he's gonna come in at lane 4. He has 3 health. And he will go in the melee position here. So we're going to put this die at a 2. We put this die at a 2. We put this die at a 6. We put this die at a 2. 2, 2, 2, 6. One of these things is not like the other. I'm going to roll my any dice. None of them are Scales type baddies. Oh, wait. It is a Scales type baddie. Great. So before drawing your next encounter, place a defeated baddie. Any baddies of that type in your next battle are surprised. Awesome. After battle, return baddie to defeat a baddie stack. So I'm just going to put him here. This dude, there's no signal, so this is what it is. So this dude is going to be surprised. So he's just going to go behind all opponents, which would be us. So Tantrum and Patches will be first. And I roll 2 3s. So the skinning knife comes in really big, and I don't hate that. I'm not sure I want to get rid of Engulf just yet. Stench 2 and Stench 1 are interesting. Against Stench, when you defeat a baddie with Stench, he immediately does a number of true damage equal to the number of the skill. And then you have a Stench die there, and if a gearloc moves adjacent to it, they take 1 true damage as well. So it could be a little bit annoying. Again, the first 2 baddies I put on the mat will go on Blobulus's card. This guy has Poison 2, which is super nasty. He also has Careless 1 as a backup plan, and he's rolling 4 dice, so the chance of that triggering is fairly high. I think Stench 1 and then Stench 1 and Engulf would not be terrible for Blobulous. We already have a Stubborn. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that Stench 1. I think that makes the most sense. And then we're gonna put Patches over here. Do I want to get rid of that Engulf though so soon? Probably not. He's got 3 attack dice. Could go after him. Unlikely to kill him. I wouldn't mind crippling him though. He attacks the weakest, which could be any of them. This die will go here. Yeah, let me try to get like a kobold in play, and that should be pretty good. We also have this infused essence, which obviously I'm going to try to save. So Tantrum's going first. Tantrum has a dex of 5. I'm going to roll 3 attack dice. The like a kobold and like a worm. Don't think rolling a defense die here is worth it. So attacking the Polybog, whatever. So 4 damage. I got like a kobold 1, which means that when I take damage for the next round, I am going to be hardy, so I'm only going to lose 1 health. That will click up because I just did an attack. I did enough damage to kill the Polybog, so he's going to go on top of Nobulous' thing. He has Stench 1, so it's going to be 1 true damage to everything adjacent, including me. And then we're going to put a Stench 1 die on the mat. Now this will go away at the beginning of the round. This ticks down until it gets to 0. This will also up my body count to 1. And that'll be fine. Since I lost the health because of the stench, I'm actually at 1.4. Done. Done. We now go to Patches' turn. Patches is going to move 1. Patches is then going to have 4 decks to play with. He's going to roll. Do I want to kill the engulf? Honestly, I might as well at this point. These guys aren't that scary, I think, based on what I have going on here. So I have 4 more decks. I will roll 3 attack dice, 1 defense die, and the stim kit. Great, so I bonesed. I get 4 health, buff HP. So we go here, and I did 3 damage, so I killed the dragon hatchling. That will go there. So I have satisfied putting the first 2 baddies that I killed on top of Blobulous. So now we just have the 2 5-pointers left and nothing else to worry about. All right. This dude is going to come here and attack me because I'm closer, even though I'm not the strongest. He's rolling 3 attack dice and 2 defense dice. And he has a backup plan of taunt, which means that if he rolls a bones, he will put a taunt die on him. And then if I'm adjacent to him, I have to attack him. Obviously, he's the one I'm going to be attacking anyway. He does 4 damage. Remember, I am like a kobold, so I only lose 1 health. That does take up my rage die. He rolls bones, so he does trigger taunt. We'll put that on him, and that will go away. So like a kobold was amazing. Pretty much saved my life there. Although I could have gotten a body count, get a health back, but I think the 4 still would have been enough to defeat me. Now I do have this like a worm here, so I'm going to exhaust that to put a poison 2 die on the troll, which is fantastic. And I did this out of order. I attacked with the troll first. That's fine. It doesn't matter. They're attacking different people. This guy should have attacked first, so we're going to do that attack now. So 2 attack dice, 2 defense die. It's going to be a poison 2 die onto Patches for sure. And we roll no bones, of course not. 3 shield and 4 damage. So we lose all my buff HP. And that means this die is going to exhaust because there's no more buff HP left. We now go to round 2. Checking at the chat. Hi, Greg, says Brian. Hope all is going well so far. Sorry for being late, but adulting gets in the way. No doubt, man. I appreciate people being able to make it. Brews and board games. Hey, what's up, brother? Glad to see more Too Many Bones. I might have missed. Did you pick up the Automatana shell? I did not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a review copy at some point. I mean, it is what it is. I'm intrigued. It's just not. The price point is a little bit more than I'm looking to spend for just one more Tyrant. But for people who really love that like super luxury stuff, I could see why people absolutely love it. It's a kind of a little bit of a miss for me going in, but I'd be curious to try it at some point. But that point is going to be far in the future. So from what it seems at this point. All right, what the heck am I doing? My backup plan's gonna be pretty useless. So we're gonna go to round 2. I'm gonna just put this in my backup plan. This stench die goes down to 0, by the way. So now I have 3 bones there. If it went up to 1.8, I could assassinate a 1-point baddie. Obviously, there are no 1-point baddies, so that wouldn't have helped me. This dude, whew, that's a lot of shield. So I definitely want to, or minimum, I get Axe Collector back, right? This, like a Kobold die, exhausts. I'm going to exhaust my Axe Collector to do 2 damage to a non-adjacent baddie just to get the shield down a little bit, to give Patches a chance to really do some damage to that dude, who of course did not roll a bones to trigger a careless. Now I'm going to do the rest of my turn. I have 5 decks. I'm going to roll 3 attack dice, 1 defense die, and this cripple die against our friend, the Troll Enforcer. Remember, he has a taunt on. It just means I have to attack him. I want to attack him anyway. I got a bones here. I will put that there. It's a little bit late to hold on to cripple. I get 1 shield, and I roll 4 damage, which, what do you know, is enough to absolutely kill the Troll Enforcer, which gives me another body count. And this dude is out. All right, first 5-pointer defeated. We go to Patches. Patches takes 2 true damage, so even if he had buff HP, it wouldn't matter, and the poison die tickles down to 1. He also is going to heal 1 at the beginning of his turn, so that should work out pretty well. And now he's rolling 3 attack dice, 1 defense die and the toxins die with his 5 dex. So I am hitting on the toxins die pretty hard. So that's 2 there. We have 1 shield, and I do 5 damage. That's a big roll. So this comes off, and I do 4 more damage. That's done. And then on his turn, he's going to die because of the poison die. He does stench 2. Oh, shoot. You know, on my turn, I should have, I definitely want the axe collector. Recoup was going to make sense. So let me exhaust that before I forget to get this up to 3. So again, I'm using a backup plan for Tantrum retroactively. And then we're going to, on his die, he dies because of the poison. He does 2 true damage to every adjacent here unit, baddie, or gearloc, or ally for that matter. And that is the end of the battle. So Tantrum's going to use a recovery option of healing, so I'll just do that now. Patch is going to do the recovery option of healing as well, so I'll just do that now. Remember, Tantrum does have 2 in that body count, which is super nice. All defense and bones come out. And what's the rewards for doing this? We're going to get 1 loot each. We do have 6, so we can take on Blobulus in day 6 if we so choose. We will not. But the loot we get is a Tyrant gem. I'm going to trade that in for a trove loot. And the loot over here we get is a reinforced buckler. Wow. Honestly, when I play by myself off camera, like a lot of times I just won't even take it. Add 1 defense die to your roll each turn. Does not cost dex. And not restricted by defense stat. And it doesn't actually upgrade defense stat. One of the questions I have in this campaign, this adventure, is that you don't know. There's a lot of things that copy your attack stat. I think that would also inherently include things that upgrade your attack stat. So like Tantrum has strengthen. If strengthen is active, if something's copying my attack stat, is it going to copy the 3 or the 3 plus the 1 from strengthen? I think it's the latter, which is why I kind of avoid strengthen in this scenario. I also avoid like chem kit because that increases patches attack stat. So, you know, is it chem kit? I think it's chem kit. Yeah, it's chem kit. So like, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but again, it's too many bones. You just live with some ambiguities, and you know, you make the best rulings you can, and try to do it in the way that makes you feel the least like you're cheating. So reinforced buckler, add 1 defense die to each roll each turn. That is amazing. So I will absolutely hold on to that. Now, I do need to be careful with that because I still in order for my rage die to tick up, I need to lose health. So if I don't lose a lot of health, it's going to be hard to advance my rage die. And I'm definitely going to want to keep that advancing, especially in the remaining 3 days of battles that we have ahead of us. So we had the like a worm, we had the like a kobold. I have 2 training points to spend for both of these dudes, and we can make a lockpick attempt on this trove loot over here. So I will take I'll take like a wolf because I like it, and I'll take the rage die 2.0. And I'm going to take over here. We have the stim kit comes back. We have the toxins. Everyone's dex is up. Attack 3. Yeah, they have the exact same stats. We'll probably keep the stats as they are for the entirety of the rest of this battle, except maybe getting some more dex. 5 health is like, I always kind of hesitate. Maybe I want to get 6. I might do that. We'll see. But now that I have so much defense and we're healing, you know, you just don't want to get. It's not that hard or rare to get 5 health at once, and it's like, oh, I'm dead. But I have like a kobold. You know, other things going on. I'll have the buff HP with patches. So I'm gonna take the stim belt, and I will take the distiller. Because I love you. Okay, so the distiller, when you roll it, you put it in your lock slots. And if I rolled the if I rolled the true damage, so my computer just made a very loud noise in my ear. If I roll the true damage thing, I can re-roll. So if I have it in my lock slot, say I roll the re-roll 2, I can re-roll this twice till I get the result that I want. And then as soon as I use it, though, even if it says re-roll 2 and I only re-roll once, it's still then exhausted, which is, I thought I treated it like a counter for a while, and I realized I had that wrong in a video, thanks to, I think it was George who corrected me on that one. 3 new day 1, 2, 3 cards. Oh, it's enticing. Thank you, Rocket. Brews and Board Games. Yeah, it definitely cost a bit, but that pop-up book is sick. They did a great job. Story is cool as well. If you get a chance, check it out for sure. Brian says against Blobulus, I would keep health at 5. Yeah, It's so crazy though, because he just like 5's like so arbitrary, right? Like either you're set up to survive well into fatigue rounds or you're not, right? So like that's the thing. Like he just he's so annoying. Sagitt, question of the day: are there manticores in this game? Not yet, but now that you're here, I'm sure they'll they'll find a way to pop up because that's how they do, man. They are just attracted to you. So I'm going to do my lockpick attempt with patches. I need a lever 3. I got force, and a +1. Since that was my first lockpick attempt of the day with patches, I can immediately try again. I need a lever 3. So I got a lever 2, and then I could treat a die as if it was something that what else other than on the face. So I'm going to treat this like a lever 4. Because I treated that like a lever 2 for a lever 4, so that's unlocked. And then I can re-roll. I can roll again to try to do the trip. Oh, actually, I would have done it this way. I used this die. The yellow die is more likely to give me trips. So now I'm going to roll that. I got 2 trips, so I unlocked 2 of them. I have no more dice that I can assign for lockpicking. So patches is done. So we're going to go to Tantrum. Tantrum's going to try to pick patches' lock over here. So we're doing the 3 force. We did it. This is opened up. What do we get? The Poison Vial Kit. Backup plan extension. Choose one of your rolled attack dice and add a poison effect die for the same amount to its target. Woof. Okay. I like poison. That will work. I defeated a kobold last turn, so I'll put a scales baddie here again, just in case we get, just in case lightning strikes twice. All right, so we are going to day 6. We definitely have enough to attack Blobulous. We're not going to attack him for some time. Remember, this one as I put at the bottom of the deck, so I'm not even going to worry about that. So I'm just rolling a d6 with these 6 encounters here in my hand. I rolled a 1. Mud never killed no one. Did it? I'm claustrophobic, and you all hate to get dirty. Oh, and I don't. I mean, maybe. Not everyone hates to get dirty, I guess. Ain't this such a fine mess? Sure, the hill on the road to the northeast is much faster, but look how narrow it is. We're bound to meet opposition and be sandwiched in. I'd much rather muck up my trousers and hit the inevitable mud bath to the west. I mean, look how open the road becomes. Plus, the lot of you could use a free facial to improve those ruddy complexions of yours. So what are we doing then? Time's a wasting. So I don't need any more progress points. I'm very inclined to do the second one, even though I'm sure it's harder. Single file it is. Who's your line leader? Baddie points. Battles restricted to lane 1 for both sides. Units entering the battle map will always take the melee position first. If open, then ranged. As units are defeated, remaining units will immediately move to the melee position. If open, no movement is allowed. Or let's exfoliate. Okay, so maybe I forgot that we gearlocs are a tad smaller than most Ebon, a minor oversight. Battle queue is baddie points. Each gearloc has -1 dex in battle. Furthermore, before you move, you must roll a d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, you are stuck in the mud and cannot move this round. But it's another progress point. How do I turn it down? I think that's fine. Baddie points is going to be 12, so we got 2 5ers and 2 1ers. 4 decks. Don't hate it. I do like the idea of 2 more progress points. Yeah, why not? We're on a roll. Let's keep it going. So 2 5ers, 2 1ers. I'm going to get like the goblin who's going to have signal 1. We're going to have 17 baddies by the end of this. All right, so let me do this. So lane 1 marker, lane 2 marker, lane 3 marker, lane 4 marker. In lane 1, the 5-pointer of the day is the Orc Warmonger. Rating and Taunt X so backup plan is Taunt. We're gonna put him with 6 health. That's there, and he goes in the melee position right there. Number 2, it is a Scales baddie, so he's gonna have surprise, which is good. This dude has 7 health and a backup plan of weaken 2. He is absolutely nasty and very much the highest priority of someone we need to take down. He's awful. Engulf and weaken 2. He's ranged. He's going to go there. So skinning knife coming in huge. Lightning did strike twice. We have the Kobold Green Thumb, also a Scales baddie. He has Hardy. He's got 3 health. He's in the melee position over here. And then finally we have the Griffin Yearling, going to be in a melee position here. only 2 health with flight. I'm going to roll, we'll put their dice in play, and I need a round marker, so round 1. This baddie's a 4. This baddie, I need to re-roll these. This baddie's a 4 in lane 1, so he's ahead of lane 3. This baddie is a 5. This baddie is a 6. I'm rolling my any dice, a 5 and a 3. That will go there. This will go at the bottom. And then because of the skinning knife, rating's not going to trigger. There's no more troll baddies, but the green thumb is going to go to the bottom. And the dragon what? Delinquent is going to go to the bottom as well. They will both go underneath patches, which is amazing. All right, and I'll just put this back over here. No one has signal, so this is all we're going to be dealing with this round. Oh, this is a 5, not a 6. What'd I do? This should be a 6. I just switched the green and the purple. Yeah, that's a 6 with surprise. That's a 4 with surprise. That's a 4, and this is a 5 underneath Tantrum. So I think I take out the Griffin Yearling just because. Probably makes the most sense. So I'm going to go here. I have 4 decks instead of 5. Remember, as a scenario rule, I'm rolling 2 attack dice, 3 attack dice. Attack's the weakest. That's, oh, I got to put patches on the board. Patches is like, yo, you forgot about me. We'll put patches in here. Patches might be sacrificing himself here, but hopefully not. Well, he's got enough buff HP. Hopefully we can get him all beefed up. Griffin's attacking with 2. He's going to be attacking with 3. He's attacking with 2. That'd be 6 dice against patches. But only 3 of them before he would have a turn. Yeah, I think that'll all work. All right, so we're doing 3 attack dice, and I'm going to do the... Doesn't really make sense to do any of my skills right now. I'll just do the 1 defense die just to get it out. And I roll an extra 1 because of the reinforced buckler. Yeah, reinforced buckler. So we get 2 bones, 1 shield. Again, that buckler is going to really help just to help get me bones, right? So that's really cool. This rage die should be up here, so that's going to go to 1.2, and I did 2 damage to the Griffin. That defeats him. My body cat die goes up to 3. Out. We now go to this dude. He's going to go down here. He's attacking with 3 dice and 2 defense. So 3 attack dice, 2 defense dice against patches. 4 damage. Wow. Patches is down to 1. And 2 shields on the orc. Oh, and I would have ticked down my axe collector to take 2 health off of that dragon, because that dragon is nasty. I think Patches is going to try to make maximum use of that. Oh, before I move that, I roll a die. Shh. Well, I didn't move with Tantrum. Before I move with Patches, I need to roll a die. So on a 1, 2, or 3, I don't move. Yikes. So Patches' turn. Please don't roll a 1, 2, or 3. I rolled a 5. Excellent. Patches is going to try to make use of this engulf. He might be sacrificially here. He does get 1 health back. And he's going to move 1, 2, and head right there. Again, his dex only has 2 more decks. I think it makes sense to try to poison that dude. Getting the distiller out doesn't make sense. I'm not going to be surviving long here. So I'm going to attack with I'll just roll both of these buff HP dice just to try to survive. Oh, true damage and a bones. That didn't go well. So rough. So Patches is just chilling there. All right, the dragon delinquent is attacking the weakest, and it's attacking with attacking with 2 attack dice. It's rolling 2 defense dice. It does engulf, and then if it hits a bones, it does weaken 2, which is really rough. Where are more defense dice? Great. So again, engulf. All damage rolled by this unit also hits all units adjacent to the target, as well as triggers reaction skills if applicable. Fantastic. So rolling here, I could have used my infused incense, but that's fine. I think we'll be okay here. So rolling 4 dice against Patches, 2 damage, 2 shield, no bones. So 2 damage becomes 1 there, and then we can get rid of this shield on the Orc Warmonger. Doesn't do any other damage, unfortunately. And now we go to the Green Thumb's turn. Green Thumb is rolling 1 die. It boneses. So Patches somehow lives. Oh, wait, no. Patches is super dead. My bad. Patches died in that. So the Green Thumb's going to go 1, 2, and end up right there. And Patches is super dead. This will come out and exhausts. Yikes. All right, we go to round 2. So there are 3 left. And we have our friend Tantrum. Tantrum's going to roll here. 1, 2, or 3. He's stuck. I rolled a 4. We can move. Oh, man. 4 decks. 2 attacks. I'm going to move 1. I get to add a shield because, again, the Reinforced Buckler lets me avoid both my defense stat and my dex. So I can roll 3 more dice. I think like a worm. Did he bones? No, he did 4 damage. I don't think he bones. Oh, he must have. He only has 1 shield. So he has a taunt on him. That's fine. He must have bones. All right. No, he had a 2 on him. Right. So he rolled 4 damage and he had a 2 and a 1, and then the engulf took away that. So he did not bones. So I'm rolling 1 defense because of the Reinforced Buckler. I have 4 more decks. I moved once. I have 3 more decks. So there's 3 more dice I can roll in addition to this. I'm going to roll the cripple like a kobold. I will not roll like a wolf. And I'll hold on to that axe collector because I actually don't want the Dragon Delinquent rolling many more dice because I really don't want weaken 2 to trigger. So there's no point using the axe collector on that Yahoo right now. So rolling 4 dice. I'm not attacking. Since I'm not rolling an attack die, I don't think this counts as an attack, so I don't think my rage die actually goes up. I think this will probably, if both of these hit, then I'm going to be out of active slots. That's fine. Chances I'll deal with it. They both hit, then I'll deal with it then. Or do I want to just roll an attack die? Getting the poison on him could be really important. Cool. Let me roll it. Bam. So like a kobold triggers. Cripple does not. That's bones. Like a worm doesn't trigger either. And I get another shield. Shields will be fine. I didn't roll an attack die, so I think this stays at 1.2. Someone can let me know if it goes to 1.4 for sure. All right. Whoa. Okay, a question of the day. Are there manticores in this game? Sup up, Brian. Sup, Brian. Howdy, says Sajid. Well, I am not staying long or at all, so you are safe. Just got back from a day trip abroad, kind of exhausted. Welcome home, sir. Brian says, hiya. Hopefully we'll see the Manticore Owlbear and Direwolf in the same battle. Michael says, hi Greg, cleaning kitchen again while watching. Too Many Bones is such a great game, no doubt. Sad just say, hey, you can clean mine as well. You could use it. Still not done with mine, says Michael. What's the 40-point baddie? Never heard of it, says Brian. And Sean sees nothing. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. So now I think I have this figured out. So cripple missed, but I got like a kobold, so at least that is. So rolling 3 dice and one shield for our friend, the orc warmonger. Does 3 damage. 3 damage becomes 1. I just take out a shield. And that will go there. Not making much progress, am I? Fantastic. We now have, I mean, I probably could have done the axe selector, but I wasn't doing any more attack dice. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. All right. So the Dragon Delinquent's attacking with 2 attack dice. He's not rolling defense dice. 3 damage. 3 damage because 1 for me, so the shield comes out. But it does 3 damage to all adjacent baddies. So these shields come off and 1 health. And then 1 health to the Green Thumb because he's hardy. So that will work. Now the Green Thumb's going to attack me with 1 die. And he bounces. I kind of wanted him to do damage because, again, my rage die is not going up. It is a weird side effect of the reinforced buckler that's not exactly, might mean it's not the most effective thing for Tantrum when you're trying to get his rage die up. But I also can't lose too much health too quick when I'm kind of in a weird little situation here like I am now. All right. I'm going to, new round, I lose my like a kobold because there was only like a kobold 1. I'm going to roll 3 attack dice and 1 defense die. I can roll a 2nd defense die. I could, like a worm's also good. Again, my dex is only a 4, but I can roll a defense die because of the buckler. Do I have any way of killing this guy? He's still got 5 health, which is super bad. Which makes me think I might want to do cripple, because then he's only rolling 2 dice at me. I'm getting 5 dice rolled at me, which is rough. I have a bunch of ways to heal myself, but it's not going to matter if I'm dead. Little known fact, kids. This dude will probably be killed because of engulf. So I'm not really worried about him. So now I'm looking at 4 dice coming at me if the cripple works. All right, I'm going to roll 1 attack die, 1 defense die, another defense die, and cripple, which is crazy, but I think that's the right play. I think that is the right play. All right, so we're attacking the orc warmonger. Oh, I missed on the cripple again. Put that here. I did get the like a worm 2. I got 2 shields, so that's helpful. And I just did the 1 damage. And I tick up because I did an attack. All right. The orc warmonger is rolling 3 and 2. doesn't trigger like a worm because he only did 2 damage to me, which is kind of hilarious and kind of unfortunate. He boneses, so we have a taunt on him now. Where is the taunt? Somewhere here. There it is. So he bones, so he taunts, and he does 2 damage, which gets rid of both my shields. Like a worm would have been a lot better. All right, we're gonna attack with the dragon delinquent, rolling 2 attack dice. Does 3 damage. So that gets me down to 2 health. This will go up to 2.0 because I lost 3 health. That's going to get rid of all the shield for the warmonger, and that's going to kill the kobold green thumb. Out, out, and dead. We go to round 4. I can calm down, upgrade that. He's got 4 health left. I'm going to heal my soul. I'll use the body count to get 3 health back. I'm going to use my, well, backup plan has to be done after I roll. So what the heck am I rolling? I have 4 decks left. Maybe I'll get lucky and roll a 4 and just wipe this dude out. So I'm going to roll 3 attack, a defense, and the buckler gives me another defense. It's probably too late for like a wolf. It's an argument to try to move here, but like at this point, I think my chances of rolling a 2-1-1 are going to be better. Or at least rolling enough defense that I survive 5 more dice coming at me. Just debating whether I want to roll this cripple again, but I guess a cripple is almost as effective as rolling a good defense. Cripple has 2 bones. Defense die has 2 bones. Potentially rolling a 2 as well. I'm going to need some defense. All right, here goes nothing. I still got this like a worm. I wish I had the like a wolf out, then I could have. Nah, again, he didn't do any damage to me. Too much defense. All right, so I rolled a 5. Never mind. Dude is super dead. So this guy is out. All that worrying for nothing. Toast my ghost gives me a body count of a 1 and a bunch of shield. Very cool. And now we just have the dragon delinquent attacking me with 2 dice. He boneses, so now I have weakened 2. So he bones them both, so no damage to me. And now we go to round 5. So weakened 2, my dex is -1, so my dex is effectively a 2 right now. I'm going to roll a die. I rolled a 6 so I can move, so the movement thing never became an issue. That's one of my 2 decks. Well, let me... Oh, this... I would have had a breakdown, which would have made sense because it wouldn't have been worth it to because I could have I could have calmed down and then upgraded to my 2.0 die, but that wouldn't have made sense. So at the end of my turn, I had a breakdown because I was showing 2.0. So I have 2 decks left. I'm going to move. Before I move, I'm going to do the axe collector. So that gets down to 1. So take both those shields off. I move. I have 1 more dex, right? Because it's 5 -1 -2. And I'm going to attack with my last remaining dex. Again, my defense stats already filled up. I do 2 damage to the dragon. So that was totally worth it. The dragon's attacking me with 2 dice, also rolling 2 defense die. This weaken will come off temporarily. So he boneses again. So the weaken 2 is back. He gets 1 shield and he does 2 damage. It just takes out my 2 shields. So again, like a worm, doesn't trigger. Oh, when I attacked, I would have gone to 1.2. We go to fatigue rounds. I lose a health, true damage. Dragon Delinquent loses the health, true damage. When I lost the health, I go to 1.4. On my turn, I'm going to exhaust this to do the axe collector to get that up to 3. I have 3 decks remaining. Oh, when he did 2 damage to me, and Golf would have worked on him as well. He only had 1 shield, so he would have actually lost 1 more health there. So yeah, I'm not worried about the rest of this. So I'm going to now attack with my remaining 2 decks. I'm rolling 2 attack dice, and I'm rolling just 1 defense die because I can with the reinforced buckler. I do 2 damage, and I bones. So this dude is out. That gives my body count up to 2. So much going on. Yeah, there's a lot, lot of things to remember with some of these battles, but that was cool. So Tantrum has successfully won. He's going to get back to 5 health as his recovery option. Patches is going to get back to 5 health as his recovery option. We successfully did the battle. We get a loot each. It's the throwing axe. Oh wait, when can you trade? You trade before or after rewards? I think it's. Where's the Garg? Where are you, Garg? Gargy Garg. No, you get your rewards first. I'm pretty much never using this backup plan extension, to be honest with you. Skinning Knife is also probably run its course. There's only 1 use left. So we get the loot. It's a throwing axe by Skinning Knife. Thank you for your excellent work today. Loot for Tantrum. Utility parts, unexhaust any 1 die. Oof. I'm filled up with loot. Unexhausting a die is exciting and enticing, but I think I'm better off sticking with the mixed berries and my reinforced buckler. But mixed berries versus the utility parts is a very, very close call for sure. We go to day 7. This guy is out. But before I go to day 7, actually, let me get the rest of my rewards. I'm going to get 2 training points. So my training points over here, I'm going to get, well, this will come back. This will come back. I never rolled my distiller to get that in place, but I got knocked out, so it would have been eliminated anyway. I'm going to get a dex and the med kit. If I can get at the bone saw, that would be actually a nice build for the final encounter. And then over here, I'm going to get a dex, and I will get, this is out, this comes back, this goes over here, 1.0. I'll get Way of the Wild and Intimidate. I really like Intimidate against Nobulous. I think it's a really, really strong effect. Yeah, Rocket says I never bothered doing the puzzles yet. Yup. All right, we're now going to day 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of these suckers left. I mean, I could consider going as Nobulous, but I actually want 2 more training points. I think that would really flesh me out in some cool ways. And I also would like to get either Liquid Life, which can be very, very important in the Tyrant battle, or the Horn of the Zerker. So, you know, oh man, but I'm maxed out on loot, so that's that might not. It's gonna be hard to get. It's gonna be hard to get Horn of the Zerker. Either of my consumables from the loot deck. That's for sure. That would definitely leave me with some tough decisions. So rolling a d6, I got a 3. The Dreaded Bog. So the rest of these encounters we're definitely not using. We're going the Tyrant battle in day 8. Whoever said this bog would be a shortcut is smart and keeping quiet. It's been all day and half the night drudging through mock up to our throats, and party morale is fading fast. I'm halfway through convincing myself to speak up when a sudden croak from up ahead interrupts the thought. We avoided similar noises on the way in, but now it looks like we have no choice but to face whatever creatures call this bog home. It's either that or pass out from bog stench while looking for another exit from this accursed place. Death to the bog creatures. So we could do baddie Q plus 3 baddie points, but who cares? It's a harder one, but it just gives us a progress point, which we don't need. Or the stench is growing on me? No, literally on me. Baddie points. Each gearloc must pass a health check for staying in the bog. Any gearloc that fails the check must start battle with a poison to effect die. Health check roll is d6. If the current health is greater than d6, you pass. If not, you fail. So I should be okay. Is great. Oh, so yeah. So it greater than. So if it's equal to, I fail. So I get a poison 2. Wouldn't really be the worst with either of these dudes with what I have going on. It's not. I'm assuming this is before the battle. It doesn't say before battle. It doesn't say after. It doesn't say every round. So I'm assuming this is before battle. Definitely, you know, ambiguity. It's the word of the day. We are going to just assume it's before battle. So let me do that before I forget. So I'm rolling a d6 for patches. Please give me a 1 through a 4. I rolled a 1. I'm rolling a d6 for tantrum. Please give me a 1. I rolled a 6. So I get a poison 2. Oh, so start the battle. All right, yeah. So that, I guess that makes sense. So less ambiguity than originally feared. So I'm going to start the battle with a poison 2 on our buddy Tantrum. It's fine. I have the body count. I have the mixed berries. I have ways to deal with that. So out here. I'll put their any dice here. So I'm going to build the battle cube. It's day 7, so it's going to be 2 5s and 4 1s. 2 5s and 4 1s. All right, so lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4. It's 2 in the battle queue. Lane 1, oh, it's a scales baddie. The feather dragon, weaken 1 and daze. 7 health and a 5. The skinning knife would have actually come in handy one more time. Lots of scales baddies. Woof. How many scales baddies are there? It's one of the reasons I was happy to get rid of the skinning knife, because I was just like playing law of averages. Like maybe I won't see any more of these suckers, but he's ranged and goes there. One of the things I appreciate about the base game baddies, like the dragons are always ranged, because in Undertow they're not, and I assume they are, and then I'm like, oh wait, they're not ranged. Right. We have Mischief 2 and Signal 1 from the Goblin Sapper. He goes there with 5 health. We have the Orc Peon. He's got Rage 1 with 3 health. He'll go there in that melee position. And then we have the Bog Frog. Well, he's not going to matter against me because I'm already poisoned, but I will probably be before him. Anyway, he comes in with 4 health. So we have a 3 any die for lane 4, a 4 any die for lane 2, a 5 any die for lane 1, and a 3 any die for lane 3. So this will go here. Round 1, I'm going to roll the any dice for both Tantrum and Patches. A 3 and a 5, so 5 will go first, and Patches will go here. Yeah, I think I go after that dragon. He's freaking nasty. Hopefully like a Cobalt triggers. So Tantrum, I'll go there with our 6 decks. Patches, I will put oof. That Mischief Tube is brutal. I might use the infused incense just to get rid of that dude. Mischief is not our friend as Tantrum, especially. And he'll be attacking the weakest, which is pretty much guaranteed to be Tantrum. All right, we'll put this here. If we win this, we get a loot. So if I use the mixed berries and I use the infused incense, that wouldn't necessarily be the worst idea. So Tantrum goes first because he rolled a 5, so 2 damage because of the poison. Down to 3. We have 6 decks. I'm going to spend 1. Oh, I lost 2 health, so that gets me up to 1.4. I have 5 decks left. I have 3 attack dice. The buckler gives me a defense dice. The like a kobold for sure. I can do 1 more because of the buckler. Like a worm. Yeah, the quicker I get that dragon off the board, the better for sure. So I'm rolling these 6 dice. Again, my dex is 6. I moved 1, but the buckler gives me an extra defense. And here we go. Yikes. So I got like a kobold 1. I get 1 defense die. I do 3 damage to the dragon. The like a worm could give me an extra axe. I'm already maxed out at 3, so that was ineffective. And since I attacked, I go to 1.6. I don't have did not roll any bones. Do I want to use the body count? Probably. Attack. They all attack me, which is fine. Yeah, I'll use the body count to get 2 health. We now go to the dragon. So he's going to attack the weakest. He can attack either. I'll have him attack Tantrum. So he's rolling 3 attack dice, 2 defense dice. Bam. 2 shield. I'm weakened 1. And, which is super awesome. And he bones. It also means I'm dazed, which means that my attack stat is a 1. My defense stat is a 3 next round. And he does 2 damage. 2 damage becomes 1, so this shield comes off. Am I doing Hardy wrong? Oh. I am doing Hardy wrong. I don't think it would have mattered. The shield comes off, but I still lose. I can't lose more than 1 health, but the shield should have come off. So I think last round I was just taking off 1 shield at a time, where I should have been taking a shield off. I should have taken all the shields off, done a damage, and then I should have done another damage. But I don't remember what the rolls were. So I probably had less health than I should have last turn. So I could have just used the mixed berries. I mean, I had ways to get health back as Tantrum. So I think I was, again, misapplying the like a kobold. So sorry about that. And then we go to here. I was like, it just dawned on me. I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to have the goblin sapper. Oh, no. That mischief too. That's bad. Yeah, it's really bad. Because now I'm the weakest. Then we have done the Axe Collector the beginning of my turn when I wasn't adjacent to the Sapper. So he would have done 2 damage. That goes down to 2. And then I would have done the Like a Worm in case I die to get that back up to 3. Because you can do the Axe Collector at any point during your turn. So the Like a Worm, I want to make sure he dies. And because now he's attacking me, and there's a good chance I'm not going to survive this. And then I would have put this down here just in case, because I would have lost that because of mischief. So these 3, they were, instead of it going 1.8 after my attack, I would have just moved it down here before my attack, and now I have 3 bones. So with the mischief, this comes off. He's going to signal, so we get another 1 point baddie. And now he's attacking me with 3 dice. And yeah, I don't think this is going to end well. I don't think this is going to end well, kids. Oh, that guy's going to kill me too. Shoot. All right, 3 dice against me, 3 damage. Yeah, the poison's going to kill me at the beginning of my turn. Well, Patches could heal me up. So Patches' turn now. Patches has to get health back to Tantrum. So if I roll my med kit, I think I have to. So I have 6 dex. I have 3 attack dice. I'm going to roll the med kit. It's 1 true damage. And try to give Tantrum some buff HP as well. So I'll roll the stim kit. Haven't taken any damage. This guy's just going to poison too, so defense dice aren't going to do much for me. And I'll roll the toxins with my 6 dice. I also have this throwing axe if I need it, and that could be any bat. So even though this is an axe collector, this is a throwing axe, this could be any baddie on the mat. It does not have to be a non-adjacent one. So these 6 dice. So heal 3. I'm going to get Tantrum back up to 4. That's exhausted. The toxins miss, so I'm just going to put that here. I do 3 damage, which is going to be enough to kill this dude. Next baddie is going to get ready. He's out. Out. 2 buff HP. And I will give that to Tantrum. So I put this in my active spot, and I could put this on any other gearlocs mat. That will go there. All right, so you're saying there's a chance. We have green's gonna go, I mean, yellow, it's like green. The orc peon's gonna attack, 1 damage. Predicted it. So that goes there. Oh, that comes from my buff HP. Thank you. Thanks, Patchy. So that comes there. And then we have this dude is going to attack the strongest, which is clearly Patches. So he moves here and puts a poison 2 on Patches. We go to round 2. New baddie comes in. It would be a dire wolf pup. He would go in a melee position. The only open melee position is in lane 4. That's going to go there. And we'll put that die back down here. All right, Tantrum. I take 1 true damage beginning of my turn, so my buff HP does not trigger there. The poison die comes off. I have 1 attack die and 3 defense die, and I have a 4th defense die because of the reinforced buckler, which is amazing. My Rage 2.0 die is absolutely useless because, you know, it just is. So I'm going to roll Cripple. Way of the Wild could be useful. Remember, I have Weaken 1, so my dex is really a 5. The reinforced buckler gives me an extra die on that. So my dex is a 6 as long as I at least have 1 defense die. I'll roll like a wolf. Can I roll this for bones? Nope. Yeah, so I'll roll 3 defense dice. Like a wolf, there's no more mischief, so that's not going to matter. I'll roll the cripple, and I'll roll Way of the Wild. Come on, buddy. I have this mixed berries to heal 3. This daze will go away after the turn. Am I confusing daze or confuse? Oh, never mind. I'm not switched. I'm confusing Dazed and Confused. If somebody put that in the comments, thank you very much. That will go there. So instead, I just can't move. I'm not confused. All right, very cool. Message retracted. Yeah, Hardy is a damage cap and Tough is a damage reduction. Very cool. I appreciate that. So yeah, never mind. So I'm dazed. I'm not. Oh, I am confused and dazed apparently. But in the game, my stats aren't flipped. It just means that my attack stat. It just means I can't move, which I don't want to move anyway. Great. So I have max 2 defense die. I'm still weakened though. I definitely want to roll these 3 dice. All right, 2 defense dice. Nope. Killing the Arc Peon just doesn't make any sense because there's still 2 1-point baddies left. We could try to kill this Bog Frog because that's going to be nasty. So Way of the Wild, Cripple. Don't want to do Like a Wolf just yet. I'll just roll 3 attack dice. So I have 3 attack dice. I have a defense dice because of the buckler. My dex is only a 5. It becomes a 6 because of the buckler. And I'm going to attack this Bog Frog. You know what? I don't need to do that much damage to the Bog Frog. Patches will be able to take him out for sure. So I'm just rolling 2 attack dice, and I'm attacking the Bog Frog that is my target. Great. So I'm going to disable a 5-point baddie or less. I'm disabling the dragon, so Daze doesn't apply and Weaken doesn't apply. I'm also going to cripple him, so his attack stat is 1 less. And then I rolled 1 damage, which is enough to do 1 damage to that dude. And now I rolled 3 bones. Which would give me an 8 plus 1, but that seems bananas. Wow. Oh, the mischief was so nasty. I'm going to use the mixed berries to get up to full health. This Weaken comes off. And I will get to an 8 plus 1 just because I have nothing better to do with my backup plan. Use it or lose it, kids. That's fine. 2, 3, poison 2. All right. I worried about patches all of a sudden, so I'm going to have the dragon attack Tantrum with 2 attack dice instead of 3. He does 2 damage. My last bust HP comes off. That exhausts this die over here, and that's 1 damage here. Patches this turn. Patches is going to take 2 true damage because of the poison. He gets 1 back because he's magical. He has 6 dex. He's rolling 3 attack dice, the toxins, the distiller, and 1 defense die. He's also got the throwing axe, which could be helpful, but we'll hold on to that for now. Distiller 2 goes in locked. Bunch of bones here. You know what? I'm going to put the toxins here. I am trying to get another Fortune of Discovery. This goes here into Needle Jab. I do 3 damage to the Bog Frog. Bog Frog is out. Don't have to worry about that poison 2 anymore. Done. And that was green. Here. The Orc Peon is attacking Tantrum with 1 die, 2 damage. Tantrum's down to 2. Oh no, the pup. If I roll a 2 again, Tantrum is out. Pup comes in, rolling 1 die. He boneses. Fantastic. So that evened out. We now go to round 3. The next baddie coming in is going to go in lane 4. Oh, it's the Goblin Bomber. Mischief 1, Careless 2, attacks both of us. And he goes in the range position. Here. Tantrum is going to reduce Axe Collector to do 2 damage to this clown. I have a dex of 6, rolling 3 attack dice. Let me get rid of the Dire Wolf Pup. 3 attack dice, 1 defense. Buckler gives me another defense, and I'm going to roll like a wolf. And I can roll another die. I'll roll Intimidate. Maybe I'll just get bones. It's not really going to matter. So rolling 7 dice because of the Buckler. Like a wolf gives me a retaliate 2. I can Intimidate. Fine, I'll knock him down 3 spaces into the round just because I can. I have a bones. I did not kill this dude. Wow. I get another bones. I get a defense 2. I do 2 damage. The wolf attacks me back for 1 damage. And does that trigger? Can that trigger my own flashback? Great. Then my own lashback's going to trigger and kill the wolf. Gives me a health. I'm going to keep that body count and pretty much sacrifice. Well, Tantrum's still got 2. Fine, I'll take that health, see if I can't survive this. I think lashback can trigger lashback. It doesn't say it can't. At any turn this unit is damaged by an adjacent opposing unit, this unit will then deal damage back so long as it's not defeated. I was not defeated, so that worked. All right, so that dude's out. Where's the... Yeah, it's purple. Awesome. The blue attacking the weakest, that's going to be Tantrum. He's rolling 2 attack dice. Does 2 damage. My shield comes off. Again, we have disabled it, so none of its skills will trigger. Patches takes the health, loses the health because of the poison 1. Is going to move 1, 2, has 4 decks left, is rolling 2 attack dice, a stim belt, a defense die, and just roll a 3rd attack die. For kicks, we still have the throwing axe. So buff HP 4 for Tantrum. 1 bones, 3 damage. We killed this dude. So finally making some headway here. So there's only 1 more unit there. I'm going to do my backup plan, Fortunate Discovery. I'm going to get Liquid Life. And then finally we go to the Peon. The Peon has 1 damage. He's rolling against Tantrum. 2 damage comes off my buff HP. We go to round 4. This Intimidate triggers. That dude moves 3 back. And he's actually going to go behind every. So he was there, 3 back. This would have come in at the end of the round. It is a Troll Brute, 3 health. It will go there in the melee position. And it's going to be in front of the dragon. So again, round 4. I think I said round 3. I meant round 4. It's like 4. It's like 3. It's just different. All right. I think we just pick off the peon finally. So I have 3 attack dice. I'm going to roll 1 defense, 2 defense. I literally have nothing else I can roll. I'm absolutely maxed out of my attack and my defense stat, including the reinforced buckler. So 2 bones, 3 damage. That kills this dude. Out. Gives me 1 on my body count. Don't think there's any sense using that body count. Axe selector, I can't do much. Recouping might make sense, so I'll just chill there now, or I could just get the 1 axe, which honestly for the final battle is probably worth it. So let me get the max of 3 axes, or actually let me give myself the option to just have the axe. There's no real rush to do that right now. So Patches is going to go. Patches has 3 attack. Now we got Thick Skin 1 over here, but there's also Careless. Definitely still a bunch of health there. Patches is going to roll 3 attack dice, 1 defense die. Has nothing else to roll. Don't want to use my consumables. We do have this throwing axe. So throwing axe is not going to be that helpful, though. Yeah, I think we kill everything else and we just have the dragon left. That makes the most sense. All right, 3 damage and a bones and 1 shield. Thick Skin's going to absorb 1 of those, so down to 1 health here. He's going to go attack the strongest. Oh, Patches also would have healed 1 beginning of his turn, so he's back up to 5. This dude, again, if he rolls a bones, he's going to kill himself because he has Careless. He does not bones, so he gets 1 shield. The 1 damage removes the shield from Patches. And now we go to the dragon, who again was moved down to the bottom because he moved down 3 spots because I rolled -3 with the intimidate. He's attacking Tantrum. 2 damage. Buff HP goes off. No more buff HP here, so this is removed. We go to round 5. Tantrum's rolling 3 attack dice and 2 defense dice. Might as well kill the troll. Or not. Just rolled a bunch of bones. Would have been nice to kill the troll. And we get 2 shield, because again, if I kill a troll, I get an extra body count. I'm going to use 5 of these bones to recoup. When I recoup, it's going to give me 4 health. So Tantrum's going to get back to close to max HP. Or actually, he's going to be at max HP. We still have this body count here. I think I want Tantrum to kill. Well, he's going to die from. Never mind. He's just going to die from fatigue at this point. So I will roll. Patches heals 1. He's already at max. Let's try to. He's going to die from fatigue. Let's try to get some health off of the dragon. So 5 damage and a bones. The 5 damage takes these 2 shields off. There's 3 more damage. We're going to the troll's turn. The troll's attacking 1 against the strongest. That's going to be Patches. Oh, I did roll 1 damage against the troll, so that would have been off. He's rolling his Patches. He boneses on the attack die, so he gets a shield, but Careless triggers, so he actually dies then. We get to the fatigue rounds. Lose a health, lose a health, lose a health. So body count markers, unfortunately, only at 1, but managed to come through that pretty successfully. So 4, 4, and they're just both just going to heal, and we just won't scout, and we'll just hopefully not get super unlucky with the baddie queue next round. All this stuff comes out. All this stuff comes out. This Distiller 2 stays, which is great. We'll put all my skill dice back. Toxins, medkit, like a wolf, like a kobold, like a worm. 1.0, just put back on active because that's where it's going to go. Intimidate. I'm missing my other yellows. Where did I put you? Oh, they're both over here. Way of the Wild and Cripple. This is going to reset the round 1. here and here. Whew. All right, so Tyrant battle it is, kids. We can get that rid of that. And we have this. So again, a lot of moving parts in this Tyrant battle, so bear with me. Let me check the check here. Lashback and trigger lashback. Engulf can also trigger lashback. Thank you, sir. That was from Brian. I appreciate the information. Oh, I have to get my rewards. Why do I keep forgetting this? I'm going to get a loot for patches. Nope. Multi-tool. That's just going to go away. I don't have room for it. Loot over here. Treasure trove map. What a garbage loot that was. So much for getting the Horn of the Zerker, but I think we're pretty set up. Do I want to switch any of this stuff? Bag of Plant Expansion to... I'm going to take Poison Vial Kit over here, because I think, especially with the Reinforced Buckler, that's going to make more sense. So they're going to trade that, and I'll keep the rest of the stuff over here. All right. Randomly, so too many clones. Battle queue is baddie points. So it's going to be 16 because we're at day 8 and there's 2 of us. Yoink. We're going to add Blobulus to the bottom of the baddie queue. So he's going to go there. And actually, just let me get rid of these cards because that's going to be confusing. Oh, I still have to take my two training points. I'm like really like, I'm so excited, guys. All right, we're going to get Fast Hands and Bone Saw. I like that build. And over here, I'm going to get Dexterity. I think having a 7th Dex here is more important for Tantrum. Even with the Reinforced Buckler. And I will get... What is the way of the Ebon? Taunt doesn't make any sense. A Nervate could be useful, especially if I'm stuck in a weird spot and want to move. Yep, there we go. Look at that build. That's a lot of training points. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I missed one, I think. Trying to think where I missed it. Who I missed it on. We had 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Did I take an extra one accidentally for Tantrum? It's 7 rounds. 5 of them gave me 1. 2 of them gave me 2. I must have taken an extra one for Tantrum. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I have one more than I should. I have one more than I should, peeps. Right? Nothing else let me train. No. So 2, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I should have 13, not 14. Right, I had 6 that gave me 2, 1 that gave me 1. So I don't know when I took it, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I should only have 13. Well, that's annoying. Somewhere along the line I took 1 too many. Well, let's get rid of a Nervate. I mean, Intimidate would have been the one I wouldn't have taken. Can't see how that would have made much of a difference in that last battle, considering it was Fatigue that killed that dragon anyway, so we always got the attacks in. So I'm not going to really worry about that. I was never really close to death after Patches saved Tantrum pretty early. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, and 6, 12, 13. Makes sense. So cool. Math is hard, kids. So we did all my upgrading. Great. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I got me an extra skill, but there definitely was not, and I definitely didn't start with any of this. So other than that, but that's where it belongs. So we have randomly place all clone companions not in defeated stack face down to create the clone stack. So this is our clone stack. We have these 2 defeated, and then we have these 5. Now there is a question about whether the clone stack can ever be empty if you defeat them all. I read it like you can, but I know there are some threads that say you can't, like they just are supposed to cycle, which seems a little insane to me based on the mechanics of this scenario. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. But again, finding an official FAQ with Chip Theory games is not always the easiest. All right, randomly stack all baddies on this card. So there are 3 baddies on this card, and this is now our clone stack. Now remember, a history of cloning, when creating the sample stack in the Tyrant battle, select the order of the baddies in the stack. And I said clone stack. I meant, so this is clone stack, this is the sample stack. So I can put these in whatever order I want. Now, why is that important? All baddies are considered to have the first skill on the top baddie on the sample stack, in addition to their own. Ignore detonate if granted this way. When Blobulus enters battle, its hit points, attack, and defense stat are set equal to the highest corresponding stat in the party. So Blobulus' stats are going to be 5, 3, 1. That's it. What do I want first? What do I want second? What do I want third? When creating the sample stack, all right. Stubborn could be interesting. Engulf could be great, especially early. They're going to attack me anyway. It's not like Gulf and Dolph does me any bad. Stench could be interesting, and Stubborn could be interesting. A Stubborn, it means just that they're going to attack before they leave, and I don't love that. So I want to see that the least, and we'll see. So I'm going to do Engulf, Stench 1, and Stubborn. And hopefully I don't forget to keep cycling those every round, which I'll just put the round die on top of it as a hopeful way to remind me what the heck is going on. Great. So we already read that. Now, unique Tyrant skills. Blobulus has 2 of them. He's an outlier. Blobulus cannot lose hit points while any clone companion is in play, and cannot lose his last hit point until after at least 1 clone companion is defeated. So you have to defeat all the clone companions, get them out of the way, then you can start attacking Blobulus. And if you never defeat a companion, though, Blobulus will live forever. Lab partner. When a clone companion is defeated, all others are returned to the bottom of the clone stack. Place hit points from all returned units under Blobulus. Tyrant die. So 2/3 of this die is going to be clone backup. Each gearloc draws a clone companion, adds hit points equal to the number of bones in their backup plan, minimum 1, and places it on any available position. Clone companions each take a turn immediately after Blobulus. So you do not, I repeat, excuse me, you do not want to have a lot of bones in your backup plan, because you do not want these suckers to have too much health. Number 1, it makes it harder to kill them, and if you kill the other clone companion that's drawn, all that health is added to Blobulus. So using your backup plans quickly is going to be super important. Finally, we have equilibrium. If Blobulus hit points is lower than that of the strongest gearloc, set its hit points equal to that gearloc. So lots of interesting things happening. We have our clone stack here. We have the Tyrant encounter here. Here is our battle queue. So lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4. We're gonna have a 5-pointer. Oh, so interesting. Stout, 8 health. It only has 2 attack dice, so that's a saving grace of this dude. 1 defense die, treasure, and thick skin. So if you defeat it, you get you can get an opportunity to get a treasure, but honestly, we're probably just going to try to assassinate it. Hopefully I get up to the end of the 2.0. He's a pretty hard dude to get off the mat. The Goblin Artificer. How am I not surprised? Goblin Artificer comes in 6 health, range position in lane 2. It's going to signal 3, and it has any die of a 6. We have the Griffin Howler, 5 health, comes in the melee position in lane 3. And then finally we have the Swampin Monkey, has 2 health, and it will go here. All right. Well, I could have, when I swapped these, I think I could have kept the treasure trove map there. Trying to look at the order. Trade loot, any amount, any loot. So I think if they're simultaneously trading, instead of just getting rid of that like I did when I got the vial kit, because that would have given me 5, I could have just traded this back. So having something with flee, it's important to have a loot that maybe you don't care that much about. Again, flee, remove this unit from the battle mat at the end of rounds 2 and 5 and place it in the defeated stack. If this happens, the closest opposing unit with loot must discard 1. Oof. All right. The any dice are nasty. We have a 5, 4, 5, 4. The purple is 6. Remember, all these suckers have engulf 2. Engulf also, not 2. Engulf 2 is not a thing. And we have a 3. So 6, 5, 4, 3. Rolling this. Remember, I can avoid breakdowns because I'm on my innate +1. I am a 4 and a 3, so that was not the time to not roll a 5 as Tantrum. But alas, here we are. And I don't even have the liquid life in play. Oof. Remember, engulf is going to work on even the baddie that does the attack. If the liquid life is in the lock slot, it triggers immediately and prevents a KO. But it also is something I can bring a gearloc back if they were to, reach an unfortunate demise. But that means that the gearloc I need to bring back would have to be Tantrum because Patches wouldn't be able to roll dice. And if I lose, remember, if Tantrum dies, then this all goes away. So this dude's attacking with 1 die, this dude's attacking with 4. So ideally, we just have them attack different units. Should be fine. I'll do this and this. The Goblin Artificer is going to attack. He's rolling 1 attack die, 2 defense dice. He's also signaling 3. So the first 3 rounds, he's going to put a 1-point baddie here. He's attacking Tantrum because he's attacking the weakest. They're both tied, so we can have him attack Tantrum. 1 damage to Tantrum. He has engulf because that's the top baddie in the sample stack. I'm sure that shadow is pretty nasty there. So that's going to do 1 damage to the monkey and 1 damage to Tantrum. That's going to put Tantrum's rage die up to 1.2, and now we have 2 shields coming in there. Fantastic. The Griffin is going to move. It's going to have a flight die put on it, so that means it's not targetable. It is attacking Patches with 3 dice. It's also signaling 1. That's its only signal of the battle. 4 damage to Tantrum, down to 1 health, but also engulf triggers against him, so 4 damage to himself, and then also 4 damage to that dude. Now remember, if I do the Way of the Wild on him, all that stuff would go away and wouldn't matter, so that's actually something strong to consider. All right, we now go to Tantrum's turn. Tantrum is going to use the Axe Collector to put 2 damage to this baddie. The fact that he's not targetable does not matter. I was just able to get rid of him, and that's 3 less attack dice to worry about every round. But it does mean Blobulus is coming into play the very next round. So that's fine. That does give me an extra body count. I have 7 decks. Probably gonna want to use Way of the Wild on him. That dude, I mean, he's just gonna signal 3 and just is what it is. Like a wolf, like a kobold. Let me roll like a kobold. 2 attack dice. 1 defense die, 2nd defense die because of reinforced buckler. And so I can actually roll 8. My active slots are pretty full here. That's the problem. Well, if I roll bones, does it make sense to roll like a kobold now? I think it does. What's Patches gonna do? Oof. Looking at the Rage 2.0 die might be great for that, dude. Just get him off the board. Well, I'll roll all of it just because I can, and we'll figure it out later. Oh, I could just move. That's probably better, actually. So, like a wolf back, like a worm back. I put them in the wrong spot. So I have 7 decks. So 1, 2. I can now roll 6 dice because one of them is going to be a defense die. Oh, I could play I could roll Way of the Wild because I could just put it on him and make his skills go away, and then we could actually get him off the board. That's strong. So these are my 6 dice, but I'm attacking the Swamp and Monkey. That gets to the 1.4 because I did an attack. Way of the Wild works, so his skills are disabled. I get 1 bones. I killed the monkey, but I'm going to get a defense die here in place first, another bones, and like a kobold in place. I kill the monkey. My body count goes up. The monkey now gets 1 more turn because it's stubborn. So the monkey is going to attack Tantrum with 2 dice. It rolls 2. This comes out 1 damage. Gets me up to 1.6. I'm going to get angry to get myself up to 1.8, and then I'm going to move up to my Rage Die 2.0. I will not. Like a kobold should keep me around. I have no more defense dice. This guy is out, which means we're going another 1-point baddie coming in. I was at 4 health already. I would have used the body count before I killed the monkey. And then I would have lost 1 health, but I get the body count back. So yeah, so I will have 1 extra health. So I would have been at full health, and then he would have defeated me. My body count's 1. I guess it doesn't matter what order I do it in. Yeah, I'll use the body count now just to get up to full. I don't like chilling there with just 3 health. So that is fine. Oh, and engulf still triggers. So when the monkey attacked me, it did 2 damage. That is 2 damage to that dude and 2 damage to Oh, no, not 2 damage there because he has 2 shields. So it is both those shields come off. But now this guy all of a sudden is down to 2. And remember, all his skills are absolutely neutered. This die comes out. This die is also out. And now it's Patches' turn. So Patches can just go ahead and kill that dude, which is absolutely sick. So Patches is going to heal 1. He's going to roll both of these buff HPs. He has dex of 6. He's going to roll this liquid life. He's going to roll 2 attack dice and a defense die. Let me make sure I kill this die. He's going to roll 3 attack dice, a defense die, and he'll only roll 1 of the stim kits. With my 6 dex. He also has a throwing axes if we're desperate. So liquid life goes into the lock slot. If a gearloc's about to be killed, he just gets his health reset to 2. We get 2 bones and 2 damage that kills this dude. None of his skills are active, so treasure, none of that matters. But he is defeated, so the whole stack's going to be coming on board next turn. We have another bones here. I will use my distiller to re-roll it, and I can re-roll it twice. I got a 2. That's garbage. But I'll take it because 2 is better than nothing. And then I'm going to use these 2 bones to get down to 0 bones to heal 1. And get me up to 3 health plus the 2 for the stim kit. So you got to use a distiller. Hopefully I don't roll the true damage to myself with this other stim belt down here. All right, this dude is out. No more attacks this round. Engulf worked a lot of magic for sure. We go to round 2. The sample stack changes, so now we have stench 1. So if a baddie dies, we get a stench 1 die, 1 true damage to all adjacent baddies, etc., etc., etc. We are going to put Blobulus in the range position in lane 3. He's attacking the strongest. He comes in with 5 health because that is our health stat. And we will put this at the top because then remember, he is a tyrant. Tyrants come in at the top. They're the worst. Goes there. We have in the melee, range position in lane 4, we have this dude. He's poison 1 to everybody. That's pretty gnarly. And then we have in the melee position in lane 1, this dude, 3 health, thick skin 1, careless 1. All right. We're now going to go to Blobulus' turn. Blobulus is attacking the strongest. That is going to be Tantrum. He's attacking with 3 dice. He's going to roll his Tyrant die, and he's rolling 1 defense die. Again, why is he rolling a 1 and a 3? Well, 3 attack stat, 1 defense stat. It's just the way of the world. So the bog pole came in, and then the troll. All right. Love Bonesaw as there's no bones on it. Ironic. You did take an extra die for Tantrum. Okay, cool. So instead I wanted the dex and I just took 1 skill. Thanks for checking that out. Matthias says, hey all. And already on the Tyrant fight. Yep, Ryan says, hi, hello Matthias, go for the Tyrant. Matthias says, I put liquid over the Tantrum, more likely to die. Wait. I thought it has to be put. All right. So active or ally active? Yes, I'll put it in ally active. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was misreading that. I was going to use it for whatever gearloc died first, but it has to be on the gearloc who would die. Cool. That's good to know. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. So many rules. All right. I would not want to roll a clone panion. That would be not what I want to do right now. So please give me the 1/3. Nope, clone panion. Excellent. So 4 damage to Tantrum. It becomes 1 because of Lyco Cobalt. So this 2.0 becomes 2.2. We have 1 damage there. We have 1 shield and we do the clone panion. So Patches is going to draw from the Clone Panion stack. We can put it anywhere we want on the board. We have the Clone Panion Growlbles. Now, it says 3 health on there. Ignore that. Dude only has 1 health. Why? Because I have 0 in the way of bones. So I'll put him here. Remember, when he defeats, though, he will also have a stench problem, which is interesting. I need to kill this bogpole. This poison 1 would be not good. These guys are taking turns immediately. He's attacking with 2. So maybe I put him where he can attack me. I do not want anyone attacking good old Patches right now. Oh, that bogpole is going to be super annoying. All right, so we'll put this dude here. The next one, oh, I hate this guy. This is like this is where like Too Many Bones loses me sometimes, where I'm like, this is just a bad idea, dude. Like, it's not. It's the execution is problematic for me. So it's the Proto Tyrant. So it has a randomize effect. It is a break type baddie. Thank you, hat tip to Sean for reminding me of that term before. So this is where you have to like get all the other Tyrant dice for all the other Splice and Dice Tyrants, and you randomize which Tyrant die he's going to use. So I have the 4 Tyrant dice, and some of the application is always going to be questionable. I rolled a 2, so we'll have this dude there. Now, both of those dudes are going to take a turn immediately. We're going to take Growlbles. Growlbles is going to attack Tantrum first. He's rolling 2 dice. He does 3 damage. I'm like a kobold. So 1 damage, I get up to 2.4. This dude is going to roll 2 dice and a Tyrant die. And we have to get out the stuff for Leech to see what this Tyrant die does. Excellent. So rolling 2 dice and the Tyrant die. So 2 damage becomes, again, he could attack the weakest. They were equal, so I'm gonna have him attack Tantrum. We go to 2.6, lose the health. And the Tyrant die is remove all effect dice from Leech. There are no effect dice from Leech, and I assume that would apply to the Proto Tyrant. There are no effect dice on him, so it does nothing. The other one would be if Leech deals damage to an opposing unit, also add bleed effect. Bleeding would be really bad, kids. So definitely want to get rid of that. Now, we go to the Goblin Artificer. Goblin Artificer is attacking. Stench 1 could be brutal. Oh, man. Yeah, I might have to use that Liquid Life right away. That's fine. We still have the Infused Essence. I think we can really clear most of this board out. So we're going to get the Signal 1 for the second time. Again, is round 2. The Goblin Artificer is attacking the weakest, which is going to be Tantrum. He's rolling 1 attack and 2 defense. Bones is all the way around. Well, isn't that interesting? Trying to think how to keep Tantrum alive here. Because when anything's defeated, remember they get a stench die, so it's true damage to him. And that could be pretty bad. Would like to cripple and intimidate Blobulous, but obviously I'm not next to him. think this will work. I might end up keeping this guy around anyway, which isn't great. So I'm going to attack 1, 2, 3. Like a worm. Like a wolf. This came out at the beginning of the... This comes out at the beginning of my turn. So that's gone. Kind of wish... Nah, if he did damage to me, it still puts me in a complicated spot. Like a worm, like a wolf. Defense, defense. I can get one more, but I don't have one more I want to do. All right, so we're rolling these dice, and I think I kill Gerbils. So I'm attacking Gerbils. Did not roll any bones, which is not ideal. But I get the poison effect, 2 shield. I'm not going to use a like a wolf right now. I did enough damage to kill Gerbils. Gerbils is dead, but again, we have Stench 1 in play. So when defeated, place Stench effect in its position, treat as untargetable obstacle. When Stench is placed, all units adjacent to this are immediately dealt 1 true damage. Additionally, gearlocs moving adjacent to it are dealt 1 true damage. Blah, 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 blah. So I've killed him. My body count goes up to 1. He's out. Since I killed him, remember, because of lab partner, this guy immediately flees, goes to the bottom of the clone stack. This stays in, I believe, for his entire battle, so I don't think we randomize this every time. He uses it as his own for the battle. So this is stays for the battle. He's out, and he wasn't defeated. He just goes away. He just returned. When he was defeated, he does a true damage here because of stench, a true damage here because of stench. Again, it's stench 1. Where are you, stench? And that will go here. When I got defeated again, since I attacked, I got the 2.8. Oh, I could have done it that way. That would have been smarter. I'm going to use the get angry. I would have gotten angry before I attacked, and I would have assassinated this dude. That gives me the 1. That does 1 damage to that dude. Anyway, now I have 1 health here. So, and their stench die goes here. Gerbils is technically still on the board. So I use my backup plan. Oh, but no, you can't use the backup plan. I can't do it that way. You can't use the backup plan until after you roll. So never mind. I'm making stuff up. I'm making things up. Stop it, Greg. Yeah, so this is not ideal. So when I attack, it goes to 2.8. And I want to just assassinate that dude because he's annoying. I also could have rolled a cripple, just neutered his attack, but I really want to use that on Blobulous. So that's fine. So I have 1 health left here. I'm going to use the body count to get a health back. And now I'm going to use the... when I lost another health, I go to 2.0. But remember, I go to 3.0. Remember, I avoid breakdowns because I'm an 8+1. So I have to, and this bones comes back here. So I'm gonna have to get a bones to get myself back to 2.8. So then I can assassinate that dude later, which isn't ideal, but it's just the way it worked out. All right, now I'm gonna use the axe collector, my last one, to defeat the bogpole. That gives me a health. That gets a stench +1. Or it gets me a body count, which I'll just immediately absorb to get the 3 health. And we put another stench +1 over here, and that's going to do 1 true damage to that guy. I cannot defeat him, unfortunately, because he's I'm having a breakdown, guys. That's what happens when you're a gearloc child. I don't think I have anything else I could do. So I wiped out the bog pole, which is good. I got rid of the companions, which is good. And now Patches has to decide how he wants to go about living his life. Patches is going to get a health at the beginning of his turn. And then and this again, I avoid breakdowns because of my innate +1. And that just means I just have to get another thing to get down to 2.8, and then I could just assassinate the Goblin Artificer. The signal, he's still going to signal a third time, which is unfortunate, but I wasn't able to avoid that. Don't think it makes sense to try to kill this dude. I think there's an opportunity to start getting, again, Blobulus. Among other things, Blobulus is hardy. Hardy's super annoying, and he should be at the 6 health because when the other companion left. When this companion left the board, his health would have gone underneath Blobulus, so now he's up to 6 health. Matthias is complicated stuff. Yeah, this one gets me sometimes. So Patches already got a health. He's gonna move 2, and I think we start attacking Blobulus. Oh, we also have the poison dart. Which would trigger at the beginning of Blobulus's turn, so I don't hate that. We also have toxins, though. So I move 2. I have 4 more decks. I'm going to roll 2 attack dice, toxins, and stem belt. Hopefully I don't get 1 true damage. No. I don't want to kill him because of the stench 1. This is going to hurt Tantrum. I have that. I have no more axes, though. I'm going to roll the bone saw, the med kit. I'm going to roll the med kit, and I'm going to roll toxins. That, I think, is the right play. So I'm attacking Blobulus. Oh, I have infused incense, too. Yeah, let me do the infused incense. Get 2 more attack dice. So then I'm going to... I'll use the med kit and fast hands. Those are my 6 dice. So I have 4. I got the 2 extra because of that. Infused incense. Roll 2 additional attack dice. I assume I can roll 0 attack dice and that still counts. I don't see why it wouldn't. That leaves me bone saw and my poison dart, which makes me happy. All right, so buff HP comes in. I have 5 buff HP. Oh, I'm out of buff HP over here, so that just goes away. And oh wait, no, I actually put that on him. I'll put this 5 buff HP on Tantrum, is what I'm going to do. I do 2 damage to Blobulus. He's hardy, so this comes off. I rolled a poison 2 with the toxins die, so I'm going to put a poison 2 on him. And I got heal 1 times 3. I'm going to heal Tantrum. Get him up to 5. So those are all exhausted. And that's exhausted. We now go to... Who's green? Green was the bog pole. He's out. This dude attacks... did not have a defense die. That's fine. This dude will attack the weakest, which will be Patches. Patches should be okay here. 1 damage, still 1 buff HP left. Fantastic. All right, we go to round 3. We get Stubborn back in play. This isn't great. We're going to have our last 1-point baddie for now. It is the orc peon. He comes in. These 2 stench dice go away. They tick down from 1 to 0. This dude comes in here. Put the green die back. Blobulus is going to take a damage because of the poison. Again, Hardy reduces the poison amount from 2 down to 1. So he's got 4 health left. And now he's going to attack the strongest, which is Tantrum. He's rolling 3 attack dice, 1 defense die, and his Tyrant die. I really hope he doesn't bring out more clones. But of course he does. So he does 2 damage to Tantrum. That's going to get rid of both of Tantrum's shields. And then we both draw a clone. The clones are going to come in with 1 health because we have 1 bones here and 0 bones over there. So we have the clone Panion. Blightshade comes in. He's going to do 2 attacks. Or he's going to attack with 2 dice, and he has 1 health. We'll put him here. Remember, Stubborn, anything that dies is going to immediately do another attack. That ain't great. And then the next clone is going to be the Blobberine. Has 1 attack die. We'll put him here. So Blightshade is going to attack 2 dice against Patches. Ooh. Yeah, that should be fine. 2 damage. So 1 buff HP comes out. This goes away. Oh, this should have been placed in over here. Yeah, so it's ally active. I was always reading that wrong. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have had 1 less shield if that was there. So 1 buff HP would have had to come off. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm still rolling extra shields. I'm trying to get bones. Yeah, sorry about that. So one buff HP would have come off because I would have been filled up. So what do we roll here? 2 damage, so 1 buff HP, and 1 health off of Patches. So he's down to 3 over here. This dude's attacking Tantrum, 2 damage, 2 buff HP off. We now have this dude. He signals 1 more time. He's rolling 2 defense die and an attack die against the weakest, which is Patches. 1 damage, 3 shield. Patches is down to 2 health. All right, Tantrum's turn. Tantrum's going to try to kill the orc peon. Yikes. Yeah, not being able to get rid of him last turn because I didn't roll the bones is like super frustrating. Because that would have just made things a lot easier than I'd already be working on my rage 1 die. Patches might not be long for this world. So rolling 3 dice, 1 defense die, like a wolf. This stubborn thing's gonna be really annoying. I rolled 2 defense dice, just looking for things. Stubborn, he attacks Patches. Could definitely kill Patches if I roll a 2. Things got rough. I can't get in there. Yeah, I think I try to kill the orc peon. And then Patches has a throwing axe to kill that dude. All right. Rolling, these are 5, 6 dice against the orc peon. I got a bones. Oof. I did not kill the peon. I'm going to take the 1 shield, do 2 damage to the peon. I'm going to put like a wolf back. I'm going to calm down, go down to 2.8, and then assassinate this dude. So he's out 1 round too late. And he, unfortunately, will take a last attack against the weakest. Hopefully he does not roll a 2. Oh, shit. He rolled a 2. Because of stubborn. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. These big rolls. I still got these throwing axes. That's really bad. Well, this guy's out. And Patches cannot come back to life because he gave the liquid life over here. Ah, it's so bad. All right, so Patches is out. He's still got Bone Saw and a bunch of stuff. This dude is attacking. And he can't lose health now because these companions are still alive. I was hoping to kill them with the throwing axe. It's an awful, awful, awful roll. Really bad. So 1 damage to Tantrum. The peon's attacking. He's got rage, so 2 dice. So 2 damage to Tantrum. That's out. And this comes off. And that meant that this would have been up to 1.2. Because that was the first health I lost. Oh, the shield comes off. So I did not lose any health, so I'm still at 1.0. All right, we go to round 4. This dude joins, and it's just a tantrum show right now. He's going to go into a ranged position, still blocking my path to Blobulous, which is super annoying. We have Blobulus' turn. He's rolling 3 dice. He doesn't and his Tyrant die. He's not re-rolling his defense die. This poison comes off. He does 4 damage to Tantrum. That gets Tantrum to 1.8 right off the bat. And he finally rolls this other thing where equilibrium, he sets his health to the highest health of a gearloc on the board if his health was lower. This comes out for sure. We had to cycle the thing, so that, has engulf. So 4 damage to Tantrum is 3 damage. 3 damage. Well, Hardy, 1 damage. Yeah, this guy's out, and this guy, they all die because of that, which is a beautiful thing, because when Blightshade died, this guy goes away, and 1 more health to Blobulous. So that actually opened a window. So having engulf there was super strong. All right, sometimes remembering the rules is helpful. Tantrum's turn. Not great. Tantrum has 7 decks. He's going to move 1, 2. Remember, if I get 2 bones, I can do this poison vial kit. He has 5 more decks. Buckler doesn't count, so 5 more decks, not counting the buckler. We're going to do intimidate. We're going to do cripple. We're going to do like a wolf. I'm going to do 2 attack dice and another defense die, because again, I'm just chasing bones a little bit, just hope I can do at least 2 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I moved 2, which gets me down to 5, so I should only have 6 dice, including that. So I need to drop one of these. I'll drop the defense die. Yeah, intimidate and cripple are too important for that not to trigger. All right. Lashback 3, cripple works, intimidate did not, but he's only rolling 2 dice now. I did 3 damage, got 2 bones. Nope, intimidate's gonna go back. I'll take this 1 bones. The 3 damage will trigger, so this shield comes off, 1 health, because remember, he's hardy. And I didn't kill any of those myself, so I didn't get the body count, which is a super problem, because we're about to be in fatigue rounds. But all 3 of these dudes are out. Intimidate would have been amazing. Since I attacked, I'm at 2.0. Can I voluntarily break down? I think so. I do. No, I can't. I just ignore it, which is not good, because now this die is absolutely useless, because it was at 1.8 already. So I needed to calm down to get the 3 bones. I still want the intimidate. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I want to move Blobulous below me. I'm just gonna run out of health, which is bad. I had no bones in there anyway. Gah. No, was that? Yeah, it was at 1.8. I couldn't. I had no chance. So it's now at 2.0. So just not the greatest. All right. Oh, stench 1. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, the next 2 skills are gonna kill me. This just kind of took a bad turn. Patches dying was really unfortunate. That's gross. Oh. I could have done this. I had a 2 on one of my attack dice. If I keep intimidate and I take those both out, I can put a poison 2 here on Blobulous, which I think is worth it. He went from 4 to 5. I attacked him. He's down to 4. He'll go down to 3. It gives us a chance. We got lash. Well, then a lashback's going to be a little redundant. I also have that, but at least it'll be 1 more health. Lashback's going to be super redundant. Super redundant. I think well, if he calls out any more clones, I'm super toast anyway. We go to round 5, stench 1. He's attacking me with 2 dice. He's rolling his Tyrant die, and he's rolling this. He does take 1 damage beginning of his turn, so he's down to 3. Do not bring me clones. 2 shield. 2 damage. I can't do any more damage to him now, but I could at least exhaust this to get that poison back up to poison 2. I'm dead. I would die, but then this comes in place. I have to draw 1 clone. Yeah, I just draw 1 clone, so liquid life goes away. Goes back to patches. I just have to draw 1 clone because I'm the only one here. I have nothing in my backup plan. So this clone comes in, it is flight. It has 1 die. Cannot do damage to Blobulous as long as this sucker's on the board, which is a problem. So in effect, I need to, oh, and the stench 1 would absolutely kill me. Well, stench 1 would make me lose a health, but then I can get a body count. Stubborn's next. Oof. I'm not going to survive. This is bad. So flight will come here. Man, if I had 1 axe, man, I just needed 1 axe. Then I could just kill it, get the body count, get a health. This is so crazy. So crazy. Stench is true damage. All right. I can put him anywhere on the mat. He's going to go 1, 2. Actually, I can put it here. It'll go 1, 2. My turn. I'm going to move. I have to kill this sucker. Again, rolling, not intimidating him below me. It was also super frustrating. I'm going to roll 1 defense, 2 defense. I have 6 decks left because I moved 1. I can roll 6 more dice plus the reinforced buckler. Kill him, I get that health back. If I roll really good on defense, I got a weird little shot here. So 3, 1. I literally, there's nothing else I can roll. There's nothing else I can roll, kids. So I'm rolling 3 and 2. One shield and a bones. 1 shield is not enough, but I kill this dude. Stench 1 gives me 1 true damage. Body count, I can get back to 1 health. Out. I needed just 1 more freaking shield. God, I just rolled so bad. It's so bad. All right. We go to round 6. I lose a health. He loses a health because of fatigue. He loses a health because of poison. So he's down to 1 health left. Poison 1. I mean, if he rolls a bones and a 1, I actually can do this. But then stubborn, I think he would attack me again and I'd lose. I don't know. Bones and a 1. Oh, or a 3. That's all she wrote. I'm Toastmagos. Oh, that was so weird. Yeah, Patches doesn't die. Like that, just a rolling a 2 with the Artificer. I mean, this number of things the Artificer was still around was gross because, like, another Bones I killed on the turn before, I get another body count. He never even brings out the last enemy. I think it was the peon, so that doesn't even happen. So just a whole bunch of like cascading, like, super, super close. But you see, like, these things really can mess with you. Engulf was awesome, but obviously Stench and Stubborn, not so much. Just really started eating away at my health. I don't think I play it much different. I mean, the fact that I never use a throwing axes is unfortunate. Again, you're just rolling a die. So if Blobulous has health, I mean, I roll a bones. It just, that's a defense die. But probably if he has like 1 defense, it doesn't matter. It just takes the defense die off. So it didn't really matter. This liquid, the fact that I never use a liquid dart is like super annoying. I had the bone saw, but yeah, that was crazy. It was really crazy. But Engulf turns the table. Engulf is half. Is it? Including self. Engulf all damage rolled by this all hits all adjacent. No, I don't think Engulf is half, dude. I think you might be thinking of Boomer. Yeah, Matthias. Oh, did he have flight? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I didn't even kill that dude. Yeah, what am I thinking? He had flight, so he wasn't even dead. He wasn't even dead. I would have had to. Yeah, I totally forgot about the flight. So it wasn't even that close. My bad. Yeah, because I had 2 health or 1 health. 2 health? 1 health? I don't know. I think I had 2 health. Yeah, because I had already used the liquid life. So I couldn't even attack him. And I didn't have an axe. I mean, the only thing I could have done is like not use that for the lashback because I never use it. Or if I let him come and attack me, but then he takes the health off me, I lash back and I kill him. Stench happens. I get the true damage before I can even use the body count. So we're back in the same quagmire. Yeah, so I forgot about the flight. Yep, I was toast. So many things. I really needed to be able to use my 2.8 die 1 round quicker to kill the artificer, and then we just wouldn't have had to worry about it. But that was a fun last battle. I mean, I do like those skills. I don't mind the order I put them in. You see, like Blobulous is definitely beatable, but you know, some things can really go against you. Yeah, I mean, I think if you run it back, you're probably with that matchup with all the skills I had, I think you're probably winning more than half the time. But you know, it's just a couple of bad turns and goes bad. But yeah, there's a lot. The rules overhead with Blobulous, I just find it gets to be a little bit much, where you're just like remembering there's just so many keywords everywhere, more so than even the average game of Too Many Bones. So it almost like gets into like almost Cloudspire territory. I mean, trying to the skills there, the skills there, you know, and what did I do? I mean, I forgot the flight, obviously. I was applying hardy wrong. I mean, you just start making silly mistakes. The reinforced buckler obviously was a huge get. Being able to use the poison vial kit was huge. Never use the throwing axes. I mean, I had them all game, just kind of waiting. Throwing axes are really nice when, you know, when these clones come in with only 1 health each and you still have the throwing axes. They're a nice way to pick some of the clones off. As it was, I was using the clones to get my body count up so I could keep healing. I just needed patches, you know, I mean, I think I steamroll this, you know, even considering everything else, I think I steamrolled this if patches just had survived. Because at that point, I can have him use the throwing axes. We have the poison dart. I can really make sure I have more poison on Blobulous. I have a bone saw. I have a bunch of other things I could do. I mean, I use the throwing axe during my turn. I kill the companions. The patches is right up there on Blobulus's face, you know, starting to do damage. So there was just a lot of I was set up to really kind of run away with it, I think. And then, you know, obviously I hit the 1 on a 6 where all of a sudden no one should be surprised if you've seen me play games before. So it's just the way things go. But that was fun. Definitely a fun little battle, and always better to do it a little bit live. They changed flight from after an attack gain untargetable to after its turn gain untargetable in the latest skills sheet. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I just forgot to put the flight thing on there. So yeah, I totally forgot about the flight. I mean, it should have been untargetable. So yeah, that last round was bogus anyway, but it didn't work out anyway. Might be wrong about the golf. Yeah, I'm pretty sure on golf has always been the full amount. The only thing that's half is going to be like Boomer's bombs, like her grenade skills. It's always half to adjacent baddies. But I'm looking at the Splice and Dice Master reference sheet. All damage rolled by this unit also hits all adjacent units to target, including self, as well as triggers reaction skills if applicable. So I've always played it as the full amount. But yeah, it's a Boomer. I definitely made that mistake with Boomer too. So that's why I think it's like you're thinking about a big ranged attack that does massive damage. Engulf is pretty powerful, and being able to get Engulf on a baddie into the sample stack is amazing, right? So super cool. But that's it. We'll take a break from Chip Theory Games for a couple of weeks. I'll be back in 2 weeks with well, maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, so not next week. So 3 weeks. I'm away the week after that. So 3 weeks, I'm going to have my third chapter for the heirs, so that'll be fun. And the week after that, we'll be back with the third Tyrant from Splice and Dice, which I believe, going in the order from the Kickstarter, I think is Leech. I know Lock Gear is last. Yeah, I think it's Leech, and then we head over to Undertow for Oxide and Lock Gear. So that'll be fun. Really excited to see the rest of what's in this box. I mean, Splice and Dice is just so loaded with content. As far as the gearlocs, I think I'm due to play with Duster. It's been a while, if I'm not making things up. I have it. Who am I playing as? I have it tentatively scheduled for Boomer and Pickett. So going back to the original. Thanks for 20 months play. Always enjoy them. Says Brian. Will we see a Build a Tyrant play soon? Yeah, we will. I mean, I'm working my way through the Tyrants, and that was kind of the spoken agreement with Josh Welgus, Welgus, and spoken the the Facebook Messenger agreement that I was like, yeah, totally, that'd be great. So I want to get through the rest of those, and then we'll go through the Nobulous Apprentice program, and we'll go through the Build a Tyrant. So I'm curious to see how I feel about them. Like, honestly, when it was just that content, I was less interested in Splice and Dice. And then when I found out, oh, they're ready-made tyrants, that's what got me more excited. But people seem to really love those modes of play. So, I'm curious to try them out, especially having gone through the rest of the box and gotten, a high degree of familiarity with the Splice and Dice baddies for sure. Matthias is cool. No, I appreciate it, man. I mean, that's like, I think it's the first time you've been wrong about a rule on my channels. You've been awesome with, especially with Cloud Spire, Too Many Bones. So I appreciate the lookout. Yeah, there's just a lot going on with this game, and it's easy to miss like the one word here or the one word there, and especially if you're not playing it like every week or whatnot. But tomorrow, all of you Maids Night fans, tune in tomorrow for that. Friday, I got a playthrough of Saltlands, as I said. And then next week, look out for my first playthrough of Uprising, which I'm super excited about. I want to get Zeds on the channel, and then we'll have a Spirit Island to round out. I'm probably going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So 3 in a row, and then I'm away for about a week and a half, and then we'll come back and pick up where we left off with Cloudspire and Maids Night and all of it. So Machina Arcana is the next beast. I'm hitting over here because it's sitting at the side of the table, but that's the next beast that I'm still wrapping my head around. Nemo's War. There's just so many freaking good games, and then still trying to get on top of Space Empire's 4X to get a Alien Empire scenario ready, for public consumption, which it is definitely not yet, but we're getting close. At least I think we are, hopefully. But Blobulous is a giant pain, definitely one of the harder tyrants. Once you throw Hardy in there on a tyrant, it's fine. And I really do like this tyrant battle, having played it multiple times. The first time I was like, this is really dumb and really hard and really stupid. But that was just me being judgy and not giving it a chance, and again coming back playing again. I'm like, all right, cool. I like what they did for the most part. I think I could have done without Mr. Randomize over here and so many other bells and whistles, because just like, do I really want to get out the rest of the content out of the box and like, have a little commercial break while I'm getting ready to try to finish this? Generally not, but no, it definitely works. But again, the only tyrant encounter I really just still don't like is going to be the Goblin Queen. I find that bomb die she rolls, it's the randomness, the infusion of randomness. Like, look, I like randomness in games. I don't like really deterministic games. But I feel like the Goblin Queen, when I get to day 9, day 10 of an adventure and I roll a bomb twice and it's just the end of my game, like, it's a very unsatisfying way to lose. Like, this was a satisfying way to lose. It was like a fun, like, oh, can I still pull it out? And, felt like I still might have had a chance, even though some really bad things happened. But, the Tyrant Queen, I just, especially when you throw her freaking guardsman in there and all that other crap, like, I really don't like that encounter. But that's the only one that I really have found just isn't fun. There are some I wish were different. I mean, Nom I wish was different. I still don't like that 1v1 thing. I think it makes it a really weird introduction to the game. But Splice and Dice for Too Many Bones veterans, yeah, for sure. For sure, I could see that. Like, people who end up like getting Undertow and the Splice and Dice and miss the base game, I'm like, dude, no. Like, that would be some crazy battles. I mean, You're just imagining these things like, throwing in Krellin and mechs and all the other absurdity. Nah, I think this is but I guess the Tyrant encounters for Blobulus, I guess, are all on the are all on land battles. So I guess you wouldn't have to deal with, but even though the land battles, you're still dealing with mechs, I guess. But I guess they wouldn't be added to the baddie queue, so it wouldn't be as crazy, as I might have initially feared. I'm wondering about these clones though, man. You got, I mean, Blobberine, a Blobination, for sure. You got Blord. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't played with Dart yet, so that's funny. You have Growbles, which is just a really questionable reference. Blurb, I don't know at all. The Photo Tyrant, don't know at all. Blightshade, I think, is hilarious, and then Blobulus himself. So yeah, there's a fun little mix in there, but it's just great. I'm still sitting with these throwing axes and like, oh, Patches. Like, how does Patches die? Oh, that's another thing too. Like me re-rolling this. I mean, I rolled this die once. I mean, had I gotten anything but a 2, I would have, yeah, 3 or a 4. He's still alive, right? So the fact that I only had that 2 cushion for Patches, and maybe I should have risked it and rolled again. But then, yeah, I get a bones or I get the 1 true damage. It was like, oh, so I rolled this twice and ended up with garbage, right? So that was unfortunate. Like a lot of like little things that just had a big impact in the end of this, right? But this is, I mean, it's the way good games work, right? I mean, Zeds is like that. A lot of little rolls that could really add up to a really bad result. But can you imagine starting with lab rats as the first gearloc? Says Brian. I looked at the lab rats. They've hurt my head. I have not played them yet. They will redesign some tyrants and unbreakable. Yeah, that should be cool. That should be cool. And yeah, hopefully they can they'll take some feedback there and kind of infuse some new life. I mean, that's gonna be nuts though. I mean, it's like I'm thinking about already both of those. I'm sweating like crazy. Just the AC and stuff. Both of those are gonna be pretty crazy. Kickstarters for me, or Kickstarter and Game Found for me, because like just it's gonna be so much too many bones content. Like, how do I kind of pace myself to get it on the channel? Will be an interesting challenge for me. But and then Unbreakable looks like it's gonna be bananas. So um, I'm really excited. The fact that Unbreakable's coming with the 40 caves was like such a selling point for me, because it's just gonna feel like a full game right from day one. You're not gonna have to wait another year and a half for something to be developed and to really round out your game. But I digress. This was super fun. Matthias, Brian, thanks for closing us out in style. Everybody else, as you watch this back later, please, any questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. Anything you want to see, I'm always open for suggestions and always looking at where I can go with other content, both with Cloudspire and Too Many Bones, as far as ship theory goes, and all the other games that I like to feature as well. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna sign off at this point. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.